You know what? Why not do a season 3 and start with Child in Kokiri? And adult in I don't know, Temple of Time. Just make it completely boring.
I am going to... Oh, hey, it's a graveyard.
We are starting off.
You know, I tell you what, this is actually pretty good if you're willing to just YOLO gamble early chickens.
Let's see if one of them is. So immediately, what did we see on the crate? I think that was nothing.
Yeah, it looked like just a blue rupee to me. Looks like we're not going to get the Chicken's Gamble from Cola. And based on the way Mr. Mario's moving, I imagine they won't do it either.
I mean, chickens is a heck of an investment this early into the race, when there's plenty of other low sphere locations that you could check. I can kind of see why they don't, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think it's one of those plays that you make for either the meme of it, or if you're just that much of a gambler. I do like the choice to go ahead and get the money off of Hyrule Castle, though, before going to Long Island Ranch.
Yep, like that too. I mean, you need the money to do things like Talon's Chickens, so those are a few seconds well invested.
Now, I wonder if we're going to see, when the runners head over towards Hyrule Castle eventually for Temple of Time purposes, if they're going to opt to try to get in at the day-night transition so that they can do the shooting gallery and the dog lady pretty quick.
Question, I think both runners are definitely good enough to think about stuff like this. And to time their day and night transition well for this.
Picking up a couple of Skulltulas that are relatively free to get, given the Deku Stick and Deku Nut start, which, there's one thing this rando has taught me, it's that Deku Nuts are far more useful than I thought they were as a kid.
Oh yeah, sorry, a song from Marlon. So, Deku Nuts, yeah, Deku Nuts are very much overpowered. If I had known as a kid what I know about Deku Nuts now, that you can stun Goma with it, that you can harm Ganon with it, yeah, I would have been using those a lot more than I have. And yeah, our runners get Deku Sticks and Deku Nuts for free. They're consumables, so they get a full pocket of those to start out with. They still need to carefully manage that. I have seen runners run out of Deku Sticks, for example, before.
Yeah, I imagine neither runner would necessarily be upset to see an early stick upgrade to get up to 20. Because then management becomes a little bit easier.
Also, Deku Sticks are another one of those items that are totally overpowered. They do the same damage as the Master Sword. They do twice the damage that the Kokiri Sword does. So, definitely an item that our runners want to use.
It's really fascinating how eye-opening things like Rando can be to items that you used to think, and this applies to more than just Ocarina of Time, it's pretty much any game where items you normally would never have used suddenly become really valuable.
Rando, you have to get creative with those items, and it teaches you a lot about this, the games that you've probably enjoyed when you were younger.
Looks like we're seeing a Kokiri Forest from Cola. I'm gonna guess the same from Mr. Mario. No, it looks like we're getting a little bit of a split here.
I think Mr. Mario might loop around the field and do Gerudo Valley as well. Or might just check out what's in market. Either or.
So if you're gonna do Valley, presumably you're gonna do Valley to Hylia. Do you prefer to start with the crate or with the waterfall?
With a crate. It's just easier. Oh, wow, that's a stacked Mido's house. That's a bow and two other big chests. A wallet. And a scale. Goodness.
Well, that opened up a lot very quickly.
Oh, yeah.
Also, kind of interesting to note, Forest Temple is a hookshot away from, I believe, being fully clearable.
Not quite. We need a strength for that as well.
I may be forgetting exactly where that is.
Push blocks.
Mm.
There are a few large blocks that you can only push with strength. Ooh, that's useful.
Interesting.
Slingshot minigame had a pack of bomb shoes for Mr. Mario. Early bomb shoes always welcome. And
Okay.
Mr. Mario managed to read all those 4 hints before I managed to catch one.
The only thing I saw was 30 skulls is going to be a piece of heart.
That's good. 30 skulls is dead.
What I don't recall is if it was just one hint that had it, or if there was a duplicate, because I thought I saw a second hint for a piece of heart, but I didn't quite catch the location.
I'm not sure. Slight Samurai in chat tells us RIP chickens. Did you see a hint that chickens was dead?
I did not catch it.
I'm asking Slight Samurai specifically. You know, if there's people in chat who can help us out, why not? Okay, Jabu Jabu's belly. And Dodongo's cavern has the shadow medallion. Alright, so chickens are dead.
So we did get to see from Mr. Mario what our free song for Forest Medallion is, and it's Nocturne.
Useful. Or potentially useful to get access to Shadow Temple. Which is one of the temples that we need to beat in this race, because it is a stone.
And we also saw what appeared to be a Pona song from the crater. Looks like
Start
just
to get some utility for movement here.
Now I would expect. Well, actually, without a slingshot, getting both of these skull tools is a little difficult. You could really only get the one that's on the ledge here, but even then, or not on the ledge.
Both of them.
That'd be great. You can get both.
Yeah. You can hit both of them with Deku sticks.
Huh.
But again, it's an investment of Deku sticks.
Right. And that may not be an investment that wants to be made right now, given that with that jump, Goma's now available, although I believe out of logic.
Yeah, technically, this is basement 1 skip, is what it's called. So this skips the basement in Deku Tree, and it is out of logic. You would need a slingshot to get there. But still, logic is merely a suggestion.
Well, at least this isn't Wind Waker Rando where the walls are a suggestion.
That is true. There are OOT randomizer categories where the walls are much more of a suggestion. For example, dungeon door requirement. But in the settings, in the rule set that we are running this tournament in, the walls are more than a suggestion. Let's put it this way.
It's like based on the tracker, that is going to be a Sapphire off of Goma and a hookshot.
Hookshot.
So that's
profitable.
yeah.
And Adult Anju just has a recovery heart. It looks like the 5-pack of shoes that Mr. Mario got from the Slingshot minigame was just a 5-pack. So not that much utility, but still a chance to grab some bombable checks out of Logic.
50 skulls is dead, it looks.
Well, that's your prediction. Dead and gone. You wanted something absurd on 50 skulls, I think?
I did want something absurd on 50 skulls, but it appears instead we're just going to get a piece of heart on 50 skulls.
Well,
That's okay, I imagine the runners are not upset.
I don't think so. That being said, I'm interested to see how it's gonna throw, or how the game is going to throw a wrench into our gears, because there is definitely, I mean, we already have a bow, we already have a hookshot. I mean, some strengths and a...
Well, remember that as of right now, a slingshot is logically required for that hookshot. So that's going to be somewhere not hook. There's going to be at least one of those not hookshot blocked.
True. And anything that we need hookshot locked, or anything that is hookshot locked, is out of logic at the moment. Did Bigoron craft a bomb bag? Really? Really? Sigh.
Oh, come on. You're not going to tell me you want... Come on. You know you want logical Bigoron for first bombs, given we already have Eponas.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it. Collecting chickens is a piece of heart. We can now confirm chickens is indeed dead, and Ice Cavern is foolish.
So I guess that would mean then that the song at the end of Ice Cavern also is going to be non-required.
Yes, it means you don't need that song to beat the seed.
Therefore, I'm predicting it is going to be Serenade.
Possible.
Okay, so
Prelude as well.
So I saw that Zelda's Lullaby was hinted, but I did not catch the location.
I didn't catch it either. Okay, Mr. Mario is peeking what's going on in the Goron maze. It looks like only small chests in there. Burning Cack ZL! Oh no.
Well, this is an all dungeon seed.
Not quite all dungeons, but 8 dungeons out of 9 we get to see.
It's like Zora's Domain is also foolish, and I forgot to include Ice Cavern as a dungeon.
Okay, so that is in Lost Woods. I mean, Toffee Lee, come on! We need to make our own fun. While our runners are basically doing a bit of a standard route, both of them. And it looks like Cola is going to take a peek into what's going on down the well. Not much to do down there without both ZL and bombs. Was he just draining the well because he's in the area?
Could be that.
Hey, Palm Tree. We know Zelda's Lullaby is on Burning Cack, so this is an 8 dungeon seed? Or 7, I think. Yeah, 7 dungeons, because the Forest Medallion is in our pocket.
Looked like 40 skulls was some kind of consumable. There's a strength upgrade.
There's a strength.
That now puts Forest Temple completable out of logic due to the slingshot for what's it called?
Yep.
Oh, and that's a big chest in the pool.
And that is the third bow in Crater Wall.
Well, if nothing else, we don't gotta worry about that.
Indeed. Okay, so this strength upgrade was bomb locked. So, no chance for Cola to get that for now, until he finds his 5-pack of chews or any other bombs.
Now that does put some of Dodongo's cavern in logic, and 2 big underwater chests here in bottom of the well.
Ooh. So we will want to return once we have Zelda's Lullaby.
And I feel like the information of that is actually pretty worth it here, to know that you're going to want to come back. There's a Zora tunic. I feel like
tunic is an optional item for these runners.
But I feel like you'd really only want that if you're concerned about the one room in Water Temple that's the enemy's underwater room.
Yeah, Central Pillar. That room is a bit of a difficulty, especially with chest size matching contents, which is a setting that we've enabled in the SpeedGaming live tournament. CSMC means that you can see, or you can view or preview the contents of the chests by their size. Basically, big chests will have major items, small chests will have consumables or minor items, and small chests that look like boss key chests will have small keys. Frox on Zora's River is what?
Looks like a piece of heart.
Okay. I.e. Frox 2 is dead. Another big chest with a like. Ooh, that's a nice early game item.
Yeah, that's a, I feel like that's a somewhat underrated item, because you kind of don't realize that you want it until you have it. No way for Cola to get out of that portion of bottom of the well. I didn't quite catch the chest size.
That was a small chest.
Okay.
So we definitely know, or Cola definitely knows he will want to return to the bottom of the well later. And yeah, Shoda, we have the same problem. These guys are reading hints so darn fast. It's a bit of a difficulty for all of us. What they basically do is less actually reading the hints, they're pattern matching it. So they're basically just looking at the shape of the words that that pop up on the screen, and that's all they need to know. They're not reading it as much as just, yeah, they've played this game enough so that it's basically just a half a second that they need to look at this text.
So Colo's definitely committing quite a bit to staying child as long as not necessarily as long as they can, because it seems like they're heading towards Temple of Time now instead of going to GB. But definitely choosing to spend a little bit more time as Child Link than not.
True.
Also, I don't know why, but I always like seeing the kind of tricky jumps in this game.
Yeah, they're awesome. I really like that. Especially like jumps in this room in Dodongo's Cavern. They're a bit tricky, but they're kind of easy to learn. They're easy enough to learn that I can do them. If you invest a few minutes or half an hour to learn them, you can do them. But it's still a treat to just see these runners always get them on the first try. And I think Cola is about to find that. What do we have on Slingshot Game again?
You know, I think it was the Bombchu pack.
Oh yeah, Bombchu pack.
Also, irons in the Dodongo's Cavern.
Oh, well then.
But they are logically bomb blocked. So bomb bag, there will be at least one bomb bag outside of Water Temple. And I guess the bottom of Zora's domain.
Okay. Caught a few more hints. Sunsong is a blue potion bottle. Or Sunsong Grave, rather. And we have also seen a duplicate of the 50 skull hint in front of TOT. So now we're just missing one Temple of Time hint. No, we've got all of them actually. Nice. Again, these runners read these hints impossibly fast.
Yes.
Sunsong Grave is a bottle. This is not quite dead. It's an item that could be useful, especially if any of the runners choose to rush Ice Cavern early. Except, no, it's not useful then.
And knowing that no more than 20 skulls are going to be needed, you're not likely to go for the bottle bug skulls when you have all the other skulls available that are much quicker to get.
Yeah, exactly.
I could
pretty much dead.
I could potentially see wanting a bottle for magic potions if they don't find double magic, just to make magic management a little bit easier. But you probably would want to pick that up off of the Ruto's letter bottle anyway.
Yeah, you would also want a bottle to store a fairy in. Safety fairy is sometimes... Wait, that looked like not a bloopy.
Yeah,
on the crate.
That looked like
a hook shot.
Yeah, I was gonna say either a hookshot or a bundle of arrows just from the grave bottom, but that's a hookshot on the grave. That kind of throws off your slingshot logic. Because that's accessible via bombs.
On the grave? No, I meant in the TARDIS, in the crate up there.
Oh, in the crate. Yeah. Yeah, you would still need bombs to get to that, though, to buy the beam. Arrows.
True.
Okay.
Bombs or boomerang?
Say what now?
A boomerang as well. I think that's out of logic, though. That's a trick. Because the boomerang technically clips to the wall there?
Ah.
Okay, Toffee Lee says it's arrows, not a hook shot. Well then. Thank you.
Well, that makes the slingshot logic feel a little bit better. Was that Spirit Trial? Was that Shadow Trial 2?
Shadow Trial 2, like in Ganon's castle. He's dead.
Well, that's kind of convenient.
It is. Shadow Trial 2 is a bit of a chore to get to.
We're gonna see what the one small chest in here is, and it's just a bloopy.
It makes sense to open some small chests, especially in the beginning of the race, because small chests can also contain heart pieces. And that is something that you do want some of.
Yes. Also, if you're in a situation where, say, Hyrule Castle is a little bit longer to access, you may find a nice, like, 50 rupee in one of those small chests to kind of get you a little bit of a head start. Although I imagine that wouldn't necessarily be the most relevant in a lot of cases.
Yeah.
I must say, doing the arrow method to stop the Scoron from rolling is far more consistent than the way I think they wanted you to do it, with just to throw a bomb at him.
Yeah, it's so much easier. If you have a bow and need to stop not Hot Rod Goron, Link the Goron, this is so much easier. Like, it's not even a comparison.
I'm gonna do the little jump around to get to this check. I believe this is only going to be the center and right chests. Or potentially just going for a peek if you can see what they are.
Yeah, you can peek these chests from doing a spin attack because the camera pans upward, and you know that they're small chests if you don't see any of them.
Also, it looks like we had a vanilla minuet.
Vanilla? Ugh. That's boring. Is this even rando?
Oh, now that's an interesting adult start location.
Yeah, from out the Zora's River from inside the waterfall.
I think it would matter more if ZD and Ice Cavern weren't foolish, though.
Yeah, though that still leaves Zora's Fountain to be a required item.
Yes, especially probably most annoying of those would be the one that's at the bottom of the pool, just because it takes forever to float down there. Looks like we're going to see adult shooting gallery.
Vanilla Minuet confirmed, and let's see what adult shooting gallery has.
Skull is going to opt to take their out-of-logic hookshot into the Forest Temple, and missing the last rupee.
Well, this would work much better if he had also found the strength upgrade from the DMC grotto.
Agreed, because then he could probably just full clear the whole dungeon.
Yeah, exactly. He could just pop in here and get it done, but it seems like that's not gonna happen. So, okay. Adult shooting was a slingshot.
So that puts our hookshot in logic. Now, there is always the possibility that there is a strength upgrade in Forest. In which case, that would bail Cola out significantly.
Very much so.
But I don't actually think it's that long to get back here with a strength upgrade, even if you can't get them now, because of where that strength requirement is in the Forest Temple. Like, you lose maybe, what, a minute and a half of just walking back?
Yeah, possibly. It's not. If you poke around the courtyard and do all the things you can do without a strength in Forest Temple, it's not that bad.
You could probably even do, like, the Floor Master room if you do the recoil off of the wall. But I don't know if you can get high enough without the strength upgrade.
Quite sure. Okay, looks like Mr. Mario is headed for Big Post. We know Big Post is dead already.
I'm curious where they got a bottle, though. Because I missed where they got it.
I definitely missed that too.
Small key on the island. Looks like Cola's at least interested in some skulls. I'm gonna guess they'll stop at 20.
He'll want 20 to just make sure that the unhindered skull checks don't have an important item. Beyond that, he won't go.
Good Skulltula behavior.
Yeah, with hover boots you can do a trick called 3-Key Forest, or a route called 3-Key Forest to the Forest Temple, where all you need is, as the name suggests, 3 keys. But we don't have those. And there would be that third small key for the trick.
And it looks like this forest is reasonably front-loaded on keys, which I guess isn't too surprising. There's the boss key, even.
Yeah, talk about front-loaded on keys.
A little bit unfortunate, because I would expect Cola's gonna head over to DC relatively soon. But that's also a question of, are they willing to use bomb shoes to get in, kind of deal.
DC, yes, but the question is, will he check out the crater? We'll see where he's headed next.
That's right. It was in Crater Grotto. My mistake. We're seeing the dog rescue. Best side quest in the game.
Richard is a good dog. Whether his mom is stingy or not, we will find out in a moment.
Yes.
Very.
I would like to know how that piece of heart got into the cage with the cattle.
Impa placed it there. It's her cow.
But I would presume Impa would also like to have more health.
Oh, she was saving that for a rainy day.
Gonna get a damp check, which is a bloopy. Oh, well, the cow got there because you just bring it in as a calf and then it just grows.
Yep.
Cola's now going to get their slingshot, putting all of those keys in Forest Temple and Logic.
Mario headed.
They could be opting to do the slingshot target in Lost Woods into Deku. Or maybe not.
It's target in the woods time yet, but I mean, he did find his slingshot, so
looks like it's gonna be training grounds.
Well, let's see what's in the Kokiri sword chest. I think we saw a Kokiri forest, Way of the Heroes somewhere. And even though that, I mean, that tells you where Mr. Mario got his bottle. Rufio had one.
Ah, yes. With the milk that doesn't expire after 7 years. That is quite the longevity. So, the interesting thing with the scale is because of ZD being foolish, at what point do you consider going to ZD just to get that hint and then doing River backwards?
Good question. Oh, by the way, that also means River is in Logic, by the way, even though we don't have bombs.
Right. Which also puts any of the beam block stuff in Logic, which so far we have seen has been a whole lot of nothing.
Who knows? Maybe it'll be something on the archway, or something like that. But yeah, it's in Logic now. Which would have made this interesting if the TARDIS actually had been the long shot.
Okay, the child screaming every bow shot is just, like, terrifying.
I think it's less the child screaming, it's Epona's neighs that Cola likes to define as the child scream.
Oh, jeez.
Mm-hmm. So anytime he drives on Epona, you will see, or you will hear a child screaming.
So, basically, a child scream is how we're gonna get our bomb bag if that big Goron bomb bag is our first one.
Or you could just find it on Simon Says.
Oh, wow. That, I think that puts a little bit more of a lead for Mr. Mario now, as I'm not sure when Cola's gonna get back there. And without those bombs, Cola may not be willing to do DC, which will get them their first strength upgrade, which is needed to finish out Forest Temple. And given that the back of Forest Temple seems to be quite lucrative with how kilo to the front was, that could be a little bit of a snag.
Yeah. I mean, Mr. Mario now has all the equipment to full clear... No, it doesn't. He's still missing the hook shot.
Right. And that is in Deku Tree. Cola did not do Memory Game. I'm wondering if his thought is to route it in with the Lost Woods target. And just hope that a slingshot... And just hope that first slingshot is not on Memory Game.
Well, I mean, he already has a slingshot from the adult shooting gallery.
Right. So that's just a matter of when did they go back to being a child Link.
Yep. I'm not sure if I agree with not routing in these two checks in Lost Woods. I think he was in the area when you already had those items, but oh well. He's in brackets, I'm not.
Yeah, so there's something to be said for opting not to do it early. But good on Cola to wait until daytime so we get the music. Except it's just at the transition and we don't actually get the music.
I mean, smart on Cola to wait for daytime as well, because that way he can do horseback archery.
Ah, yes. Everyone's favorite archery game.
Dodongo's Cavern is way of the hero. You don't say, game. On the hint stone behind the Deku tree. And the other one has... Was that a 20 hint?
40 hint.
40 hint, okay.
For, I think, 20 bomb shoes.
Oh, the 20 pack is on 40 skulls? We're not seeing that.
It was either 20 bomb shoes or 20 bombs. I saw that there was a 20 of whatever it was, and I assume arrows don't come in 20s.
I'm not sure, but yeah, I saw bombs as well. I wasn't sure if I saw bomb chews or bombs. 20 pack of chews. That is so annoying when you can't get to that because it's on a check like this.
And honestly, I think one of the worst parts about the Dodongo's Cavern hint is that's a hint that Cola would probably appreciate more, having not been in there. But it's behind the Deku tree, which is not somewhere that they're going to go pretty much ever at this point.
Yeah, he has cleared the Deku tree.
Yeah, like, there's no reason to go back there unless you're desperate for hints. Instead, we get the quote-unquote best archery game ever.
I mean, I like it.
I personally cannot stand this, and every seed that I play, I just pray that nothing's on HBA 1500.
I think you just do this.
I mean, that's one way to do it. You just hit the target like 20 times in the span of about 5 seconds.
Just hit the target, forehead.
And all you get is a Deku Shield and more cheese.
Oh, we'll take the chews, though.
Yeah. Oh. I wonder if he's going to the GTG here.
He has the equipment for it. I don't see why not. It's a bunch of checks.
Yeah.
Completely unhinted, but, you know, who cares? GTG is check dense enough that you can almost always pull something useful out of it.
And with reasonably quick access, given the couple of warp songs they already have, the checks that they can't get are not necessarily bad to come back for.
Yeah, though I mean, Cola even has better access because he has Ferocious Wind, so he can just drop a wind in here and return back here from any dungeon.
I could see him doing that, but I could also see him opting to save the Ferocious Wind for Forest Temple, knowing that Forest Temple is looking like a full clear at this point. And I think there's a couple of places in Forest Temple where it could be really helpful.
Yeah, but Forest Temple you can return to most places relatively quickly. Ouch. Cola getting hit by the boulder, but canceling the damage by rolling there. Needs to watch his health a bit.
Chad is also pointing out that there is a lack of magic on Cola's side.
That's a point. That's a bit of a hindrance to using Thoros Wind. I would agree.
Unfortunately, he did not opt to take all the perks that make your spells free. But still a bunch of checks to get.
Yep. He has almost all equipment to clear this except the Iron Boots, I think, and the Strength 2 that he would need to get behind that big push block.
Gonna opt to leave with a couple of small chests and one small key. Mr. Mario's gotten their hook shot, so they now have the ability to full clear out Forest, and I wouldn't actually be that surprised to see them head there next.
I don't know if he has seen, or if they've seen the Burning Cack hint yet. If he hasn't, I think he will once he sees the hint, because this is the Forest is the water medallion, and without a hint that tells you need that medallion, there's not much point in doing a 15-minute long tempo. Where there basically are 0 shortcuts.
Well, I seem to recall that the Burning Cack hint was over by the Kokiri Forest Storm's Grotto, and both runners checked that grotto and checked the hint when they got that.
Okay.
So I'm gonna assume, and especially if they head towards Forest Temple, I'm definitely gonna assume that they've seen that hint and know that they need to do it.
Yeah, probably, definitely. If looking at the hint locations that we have,
looks like we're gonna get a Boulder check first.
Always a good idea to check Boulder of Destiny, though not necessary in this seed. Okay, Dodongo's Cavern is still Way of the Hero. So far, all we've seen from Dodongo's Cavern is Iron Boots. But I mean, that is enough to make it Way of the Hero, because Water Temple is a stone and thus required in this seed.
Yes. Looks like we're gonna get a Wasteland check? Can't get the item, but if they're able to do the lensless Wasteland, they can get the Sheik Song as well as knowledge of what's on the arch.
Yeah, I don't think Cola has any problems doing lensless Wasteland. And getting that song early, logic be damned, I think is a good investment of time. Oh, almost.
Although looking at what songs are left, Vanilla Requiem actually is probably the best case scenario, given that we know the Ice Cavern song is going to be nothing, so that's likely Prelude or Serenade. It could also, I guess, be Song of Time.
Which would open up a few checks, notably Right Side Maze in Goron, in Gerudo Training Grounds. Ouch! And Cola taking a death there, though not much of a consequence considering he is at 3 hearts anyway, and spawns right back where he started. Come on! Getting a bit frustrated there.
See, I was thinking more River Chest for Song of Time in Water Temple.
Also important.
Because that strikes me as a potential easy to forget spot. So I'm curious why you can't do a backflip as you reach near the end of that. Because I feel like doing that may give you a little bit more distance.
I'm not sure. I don't know the setup here. He got
there
it.
It is.
Hey!
Is this the part where you go buy bomb shoes?
Yep. Turn left at that sign there that Cola just passed and spend 200 bomb shoes on... spend 200 rupees on 20 bomb shoes.
I don't know. I feel like 200 bomb shoes for 20 rupees would be a better deal for the salesman. That is, just give him 200 bomb shoes and he gives you 20 rupees.
The salesman would like that deal very much. I would agree.
So a little bit of a interesting note is that... Well, no, actually, I don't think you take damage if you get lost in the wasteland. They'll just need to do the setup again if they run into issues with doing the lensless wasteland.
Which would be annoying enough, considering how inconsistent that setup has proven to be for him.
Yes. Looks like now with the bomb bag, Mr. Mario's headed off to finish Dodongo's Cavern.
Makes sense. It's a quick dungeon to finish. It's maybe 2 minutes time investment. There's a few checks to be had here.
And I don't expect we'll see a Scarecrow song at all out of either of these runners, just given the lack of need for a lot of skulls. And I don't believe the Scarecrows block anything except like one chest in Fire Temple.
Which is frequently important. I think the Fire Temple at this point is the Light Medallion, which is the useless one. So I don't think we're gonna see Fire Temple at all unless it ends up being Way of the Hero. And Song of Time on the Desert Colossus.
Well, there is a second way we could see what's it called? Fire Temple, and that is by sheer virtue of there's nothing else left to do.
So true.
We're seeing what looks to be a back of Dodongo's Cavern check. Oh.
Nah, he's just getting some extra bombs.
Okay.
If you destroy that that pot and then move back a bit, it will respawn, and then you can. I mean, Mr. Mario just got 15 bombs out of that one pot.
That seems pretty useful going into King Dodongo. Also,
yeah.
just generally speaking.
It is pretty useful in general, I would say. And it looks like Cola is about to find his strength upgrade. I wonder if he will then just full clear Forest Temple.
I feel like if you're in Cola's position, you probably go ahead and do Dodongo's Cavern while you're here first.
Fair.
Because otherwise you gotta walk all the way back here and it becomes... Or not. Opting to go for that Forest Temple play immediately.
Go! You can get back to Dodongo's Cavern pretty easily. I mean, worst case, you Nocturne and then walk over to the cavern. It's not that far.
Yeah, it's not a bad decision either way you do it. It's just a matter of which do you feel is better. Now, I can see an argument being made for, because Cola's already gotten a lot of the keys and done the front portion of Forest, this back portion is more item dense than Dodongo's Cavern would be.
I don't think that's true, but it's clearly been on his mind. So maybe he just wants to close that mental loop, basically, and not worry about Forest Temple any further.
I also have this problem where I assume Forest Temple is really item dense when it isn't.
It is. I think it's more item dense when you include the skulls, like when you're playing with Skull Sanity, but on its own, not really.
Now, clearly the most item dense, well, not clearly, but one of the most item dense locations to me is Key Sanity Fire.
By key sanity, you mean keys are mixed into the general item pool?
Yes.
Yikes. That is one of those settings that I play rarely because it messes with my brain.
So just a small chest there.
Okay, so a 10-pack of chews was on HBA, evidently, considering Cola has 14 of them left. He would really like to see that bomb back, I'm sure.
Yeah. But I don't think there's a whole lot of places left, at least in Forest, that you need bombs, and that may have been what the driving factor was.
Yeah,
was
I mean,
not having bombs.
You don't need bombs at all in Forest. You need a bow, you need strength, and you need a hook shot. But just in general, having bombs is a nice... Oh, F's in chat for Mr. Mario taking a death to the Stalfos.
There's a big chest found. It's a bottle.
It's a bottle. We take those.
Yeah. Probably would have liked the one with Rudo's letter in it, just because, you know, ZF access along with that would potentially lead you to a ZR.
Yeah, definitely. Though Fountain access, I mean, our runners don't particularly care about Rudo's letter if they just want to get to Fountain. They can King Zora skip. That being said, Rudo's letter would put that in logic, and that is a nice thing to have.
Plus, you could totally talk to King Zora to get your minor item, totally. I think it would not be worth even the cost of the blue fire, but... you never know. So the back of Forest is... okay, Mr. Mario is going to opt not to do early Courtyard.
Yeah, he knows he can full clear Forest, so he's just gonna go the standard route, I think.
I could also see opting to do this into a recoil to get the Wallmaster chest on the way, and then do the Courtyard after.
Also an option. So, considering we have double Forest Temple on stream right now, chat, what did you have for lunch today? Anything exciting?
Well, if I'm allowed to speak for myself, I just had a fish sandwich and some pasta to go with it.
Mmm, delicious.
Yes, it was quite good.
I'm seeing bechamel potatoes from Relos. For me, it was some gyoza. So, Japanese dumplings filled with all kinds of delights. And... also seeing Raising Canes.
Seeing the classic mac and cheese, corn, and other various forms of starch. That is awesome.
That is basically carbs with carbs and more carbs. I like it. Ooh, steak dinner tonight. Nice.
Very nice.
Nice trick from Mr. Mario here. Opts to not do the... opts to not empty that well, and instead just opens the chest underwater, which is a trick. Normally the game doesn't want you to do that, but with a combination of iron boots and hookshot and taking the iron boots off at a specific frame, you can convince the game that you should be able to open that chest.
Looks like Mario's gonna pick up a couple extra Skulltulas. Cola's fighting the regenerating Stalfos. Or the lag room, as some might call it.
Yeah, lag room is the right word.
Looks like that's gonna be the final key?
I think that's it for keys in Forest Temple, yeah.
Now we have Blue Bow. And I haven't yet seen a post skip. I assume there's one out there, but... Well, I assume there's one out there besides just wrong warping. But maybe I'm wrong.
Who knows? Maybe we deleted it from the seed.
There's your Song of Time block that you're not ever going to move out of the way. There's a big chest from the Blue Poe. It is Strength 2.
Nice! Can that be our logical Strength 1?
No, because you needed Strength 1 to push the blocks to get there.
So there's a bomb bag or a hammer somewhere where we haven't found them yet, accessible without either bombs or strength.
Well, the first bomb bag we saw was on the Lost Woods Ocarina game.
Oh, duh. I was confusing bomb bag and strength there. Yeah, okay.
Back through the Twisted Room, down to Checkerboard.
I don't think I ever knew, before I started playing and watching Rando, that this room had a door that led to the courtyard.
I knew about it, but I figured, why would I go in that room? Ever.
Basically, yeah. Of course, again, with 3-key forest, this is essential knowledge, or is an essential part of how that particular strategy works.
Yep. Bottle for Mr. Mario.
And that's all the bottles except Rudo's letter, by the way. So, we're probably gonna have bottle percent this seed.
Bottle percent is good percent. You can just stuff like 4 green potions with you at any time and just never run out of magic for the rest of the game.
I don't think I've ever seen a lot of runners go for that strat. But it's not bad.
If you're gonna commit to the Dark Link fight and you have Din's Fire, it's probably... It may not be the fastest way, but it's certainly the safest way to deal with him. Unless you have the Goron Sword, I guess.
You can also use the Deku Nut strat, or you can, with Big Goron Sword, again, yeah, as you said, you can just attack him over your shoulder.
Wait, there's a Deku Nut strat for Dark Link?
Sure. Same deal as basically with the Gerudo guards. You throw the Deku Nut to the side so they can't defend it, and that just stuns Dark Link, as it does the guards.
Well, I will need to apply that to my next Dark Link fight.
Good luck and have fun.
So we now have a bow room check for Mr. Mario as the final Poe, Meg, goes down.
Yup. And up comes the elevator. I am really, really looking forward to dungeon shortcuts being a thing in Rando. Or in OOT Rando specifically.
Where you don't have to do the elevator?
There is a branch of Rando that is experimenting and slowly stabilizing dungeon shortcuts, I think. So basically, the elevator being open in Forest, or Dodongo's mouth being open in Dodongo's cavern, or Stuff like that. Maybe the push block room, or the push block already being pushed out of the way in Spirit Temple.
Now, ironically, that would put, depending on how that's done, that could put Forest mostly in logic without a strength 1.
Beating Forest, or beating Phantom Ganon, certainly. I think it's a bit difficult, because apparently the elevator state is pretty hardwired into how the pose spawn as well. So it's a bit tricky from that perspective, because you want to be able to get the item checks off the pose anyway, even if the elevator is open by default. So that apparently makes it difficult for the developers of Randomizer, but they seem to be making progress from what I last heard. And Cola is the first one to have made it to Phantom Ganon.
So you want to listen for Ganon being loud, for Phantom Ganon being loud, and you want to look for the brighter Phantom Ganon, as that's the real one. The other one will just run away.
The darker one is a fake, and if you try to shoot that one, you're gonna have a bad time, because the real one is gonna bop you.
And last I checked, electrocution is not a fun way to go.
No. Harris chiming in chat, saying they really like the dungeon. Hey, to each their own. I think in Rando, like, Forest is a good first adult dungeon because it teaches you most of the mechanics of adult dungeons in Ocarina of Time. Again, as a tutorial level, it's great. I just think in Rando it's pretty lengthy and very linear. Not a lot of variety to be had in Forest Temple and Randomizer.
No, you know, they could just change all the doors.
And so if that dungeon shortcuts branch ever makes it back into the mainline Randomizer, I can see many people only ever seeing the first room of Forest Temple afterwards. In most seats.
You see, I feel like...
We take that along.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I feel like dungeon shortcuts would also have some interesting logic implications, especially with, for example, Forest Temple, now you can get to the boss without bow, so first bow could be on Phantom Ganon. I'm trying to think of what other dungeons could benefit from shortcuts. Maybe Spirit, where suddenly Strength 2 is not necessarily required for Adult Climb?
Adds a bit more variety that way.
Potentially even Ganon's Castle, if you have an early Ganon's Castle access for that light trial.
I'm not sure if they implemented that as a shortcut. I would need to look it up. I don't have that branch ready off the top of my head. And we are buying a Goron tuning. I think not a bad idea, considering you might want to do Fire Temple, and at this point, 3 hearts?
Plus, if nothing else, it puts at least parts of Fire Temple in logic if you do choose to go do it. So there could be some nice items in there, logically speaking.
True.
Although I do imagine the runners will not want to go to Fire Temple early unless they feel like making that type of gamble.
DMC Way of the Hero. Okay then.
Now I wonder if that... So I'm going to assume that Cola will go ahead and do Dodongo's Cavern here, but I wonder if that hint pushes them to go ahead and do DMC immediately after this.
I mean, what's left in DMC that he hasn't looked at? There's a bow there, there's a strength there, he has both those items.
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought he hadn't done the Crater Grotto yet. My mistake.
No, he has strength too.
Yep. Should probably look at the notes every so often.
There's a lot to keep track of here.
Yes.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, I think at this point there's nothing else that could be gotten out of DMC. Still needs to get that bomb bag out of Lost Woods.
He really, really does.
I mean, unless he's willing to make the gamble that, oh, what's it called? Unless he's willing to make that gamble that he can find another bomb bag outside of that. Ergo, if he opts to go for, say, Child's... No, he can't get the Child's Spirit because he doesn't have a Requiem.
Well, he doesn't know where that bomb bag is, but,
Right.
I think, DC is, as much as anything else, thinking time. Gives him a moment to basically autopilot a short dungeon and think about what his next moves are going to be.
And if nothing else, it is required for burning CAC, and he will get Iron Boots out of it.
True.
Mr. Mario finishes up Forest Temple. Oh, sorry, it's not required for burning CAC, it's required for Get and Boss Key.
It's one of our 8 required dungeons, in any case, or 7 required dungeons.
This should also put him north of 10 skulls. So that's at least the first skull prize available.
Also true. I'm also seeing Starfall Infinity try to ask our bot probably what the skull hints are. Everything above 30 is dead, so 30, 40, 50 skulls are nothing that our runners need.
And really, Dodongo's Cavern, outside of irons, really doesn't have anything major value in it. Not even going to open up the platform, doesn't need to.
Yeah, no, he's going to be done with his dungeon momentarily. He peeked this chest earlier, knows it's a big chest, and gets his Iron Boots.
You see Mr. Mario making the Hyrule Corner play.
Yeah, you have to do the Hyrule field checks at some point, and doing that loop now makes sense. Skull Mask is what?
I didn't see anything particular, but it didn't look like a consumable.
Looks like something interesting. I'm going to see if I can't clip that. Looked like heart.
Heart's not that interesting.
Find out.
Now, Cola will likely not do the bomb refill given no bomb bag.
Point here.
And Mr. Mario opted not to buy the Goron tunic while in Goron City. Or the Goron City area, rather. Although I don't think they've been back there since. So presumably they weren't there with the 200 rupees to begin with. Still not a full heart container picked up for either runner.
This is the seed is being really stingy with heart containers. So check the clip. It is indeed Skull Mask is a piece of heart, so we're probably not going to see that from either runner today. But the seed being stingy with hearts is also a good reason, or a good thing for Cola. Again, he bought the Goron tunic, and that gives him at least some opportunity to do Fire Temple with a really low heart count. Wait, Mario got the Strength 3? What? I completely missed that.
Yeah, I missed it too. Did anyone in the chat catch where that was? I'm gonna guess it was somewhere in amongst all the Hyrule Field checks.
Hyrule Field Grotto, okay. Open Grotto. Oh.
Well, that seems kind of convenient.
That seems kind of important as well.
Yeah, does it block anything though?
Well, at the moment, no. OGC Ferry is the one check that gives us access to at the moment.
I guess technically it could also lead to Light Trial if you need to do that for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Although if you're doing Light Trial, you're probably looking for lights.
With how late Light Trial is in this seed, if it's anything, it's probably gonna be Light Arrows in there.
We're getting our Gerudo Valley hint check. It is Ice Cavern.
Ice Cavern is still foolish. Thanks, game.
I'm waiting for one of the hints to say Ice Cavern's way of the hero.
That would mean the seed is broken. And we would probably stop the game and, you know, reassess what the hell rando today. Or do you mean in any seed?
I mean in this seed specifically, just for the hint confusion to get the runner's reactions. Also, Mirror Shield. Oh yeah, Mirror Shield could be in Ganon's castle because it's not required for the bridge.
Yeah, true.
Technically, so could Boomerang. If it's... Well, wait. No, I think...
You know what?
Wait.
Technically, so could Magic. No, Magic can't be, because...
Magic can't be because of Shadow.
Shadow, yeah.
If the keys work out perfectly in water, I think Boomerang could be there? To where you don't need ZL to beat it? Is there a way that works? It would have to be like boss key in the first key.
Boomerang locks Zelda's Lullaby, but why does that force us to not have Boomerang in Ganon's castle?
We're hearing that there's also the boat Shadow.
Okay, so anything that locks Zelda's Lullaby can't be in castle.
So then, really, Mirror Shield's about it. As far as required items in there.
Hammer, maybe?
Yeah, I guess Hammer could.
Use this Medallion?
Yeah. Like you said, Magic could. And Mr. Mario having strength, at least strength 2 coming in here, can get a little bit more out of this, GTG. I guess Fire Arrows could be in there too.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, that's a big chest actually that Cola spotted there, and it's double defense. Oh well.
Well, you know.
Not even choosing to keep that. Immediately safe scumming it.
Yeah, I get it. I feel like if it's me on 3 hearts, I'd take the, what, 30 seconds to save and quit proper?
Yeah, considering the number of heart containers I have, I'd have probably... Cola probably catching that Ravaged Village teaches Zelda's Lullaby hint for the first time and not amused about it. Why ever not?
Come on, that's only not the worst place for ZL to be. I would say Ocarina of Time in this flag set would normally be pretty bad too, but given that the stones are required for the bridge anyway, ZL being there just pretty much guarantees that Shadow and Water would not be stones.
Yeah. And Kokiri Forest is indeed Way of the Hero. That is on River Grotto.
But we also know River's on the Way of the Hero, and I don't think... Ooh, was that the 20 hint?
did not see it.
Does it look to me like the 20 hit for a Deku Shield, which means you only need 10 skulls.
Hastily clicks the clip button again. Which runner had that?
That would be Cola.
Cola.
Alright, so we have River on the way of the hero. And I didn't see a required item out of the river when Cola was going through there. So I wonder if the way... Can beans be the way of the hero through, like, the Gerudo Arch item?
I mean, beans themselves cannot be way of the hero. But something that leads to beans would be way of the hero. That being said, you were totally correct. 20 skulls is dead.
Also, we found our second slingshot over in GTG, in the like room. Then we get the revolving eye door-ish. Or like the revolving platform in the eyes.
Again, as I said, whenever Cola drives his horse onward, we'll hear a child screaming.
You know, the implications of that are terrible.
I try not to think about that too much.
So it looks like Cola's heading back to DTG to get a couple more checks now that they have Strength 2. Also, I feel like the wooden arrows shouldn't be effective on the fire enemies because they're made out of wood, but, you know.
They still have a pretty pointy iron tip, so...
But I'm not entirely sure if the aerodynamics of the tip still work after the arrow has burnt, unless it's moving fast enough that the burning doesn't matter.
Big chest.
It is... Rudo's letter.
Rudo's letter!
The small key, the fire there. So ZF has just opened up. What? 2 items?
The ferry, the iceberg, the icy waters. Ooh, another big chest for Cola here.
And I guess Jabu's also open too.
That is true.
The
Eyeball frog. Okay.
Oh, that has some implications for Cola because they may say, you know what, Big Goron's my first bomb bag.
Yeah, Cola might waste a bit, might waste some time there.
Whereas I imagine that Mr. Mario will not be turning that eyeball frog in to go get the Big Goron bomb bag.
He's not going to care about that at all. He knows that this is a useless item to him. Looks like Cola has seen all he needs to see in the maze. Not going to bother with the rest of the chest in the maze, choosing not to pick up 2 keys that he could have.
Gonna see a Rudo's letter here for Cola. So, the question is, at least if you're Cola, do you take the amount of time necessary to do the whole Big Goron chain looking for the bomb bag, or do you do a couple of quick overworld checks hoping you can find a bomb bag before that point?
That is a good question. We'll see. I think at this point, 1 hour and almost 20 minutes into the siege, you're kind of desperate. Or I'm not gonna say desperate, but you do want to see a bomb bag somewhere. So I can 100% see Cola investing the time, but that would also imply him running out of juice. Like, I don't think he's going to invest the time while he still has bomb juice to spare.
Now, given that they have completed Forest and Deku, there's not a whole lot drawing them to the Lost Woods besides just the target check.
Well, the target checks and, as we know, Ocarina minigame, which is exactly where he needs to be looking for that bomb bag.
Big Goron has a bomb bag in this scene. And that is one of two, the other one being, as just mentioned, the Lost Woods Ocarina game. We don't know where the third one is yet.
No, don't particularly care with these two available.
Well, I mean, if Cola finds the third one before getting those other two, then that probably would help him out a bunch.
Fair. So Mario probably still happy to see those extra bomb shoes.
Well, we're gonna go ahead and finish.
Where is Cola going after his clearing of GTG as far as he's done? As far as he can.
I feel like you either go to Lost Woods here, you go ahead and get your bomb bag off of the Big Goron, or if you really feel like gambling, you could theoretically YOLO Water Temples, like, first check.
Going for Spirit Temple here? We do have the Strength 2 necessary to get into Adult Climb.
I feel like the problem with Strength 2, with Spirit here for Cola is given how much time it took him, and how many attempts it took him to get the Haunted Wasteland the first time around, he may be thinking, well, I spent a bunch of time on that, so it may not be worth it to try to do it again when I have in-logic checks I can still do and a known location of a bomb bag. Plus, I haven't done the Gerudo Valley checks anyway.
Did I just see Greg on the Gerudo Valley crate?
I couldn't tell what color it was, but it was definitely a rupee. Looks like we have King Zora skip from Mr. Mario instead of opting to give us some weep. Although it may do that later as child for jabber jabber purposes.
Deep in the Wasteland is... Oh. Did not catch that. Did not catch that.
Looked like it was just bombs. So we're getting Lake Hylia from Cola and the bottom of ZF from Mr. Mario. It looked like the iceberg had nothing. And it looks like nothing down at the bottom of ZF either.
That leaves the ferry, and then Zora's Fountain is completely useless, or the entire Zora area, basically. Though maybe Jabu Jabu will have interesting items, who knows. Deku Tree is Way of the Hero. You don't say, game!
Really now?
The tree that had a hookshot is Way of the Hero? I can't imagine that!
Looks like just an arrow there, not turning in the eyeball frog. Indicating that Cola's not at the moment interested in that Big Goron. He is making the YOLO gamble on the first check of Water Temple. I love this.
He probably feels behind, considering he hasn't found a bomb bag yet. And I can see it doing a bit of a wacky play, and also, yeah, he safe quit out of GTG. The frog has reverted to prescription.
So that means you're gonna need. So that means you're gonna need the red fire, or the blue fire to melt the red ice on adult King Zora, so that you can get the eyeball frog. So that you can take it back to Lake Hylia, so that you can do the thing with the other thing, and next thing you know, you end up with a Big Goron bomb bag, and that just seems like a lot of effort.
In other words, Cola has basically decided not to pursue the Big Goron bomb bag.
Going under the assumption that there is a bomb bag available outside of that, which we know he's correct on that assumption.
I mean, logic dictates it has to be at this point.
I'm curious as to
a small key for the water temple.
I'm curious as to which piece of the logic dictates that, because I'm not quite sure I'm seeing where that is.
Get that strength in Death Mountain Crater.
Ah. Yep.
Tektite Grotto is just a bloopy.
Looks like he is gonna go do this chest here in Water Temple. Man, if this is a bomb bag, that just bails out Cola.
You find a key, you may as well continue and try to get as many chests as possible. Ouch.
Spiky balls are spiky. Looks like we're hearing the correct wall had the boss key, so that's not going to be accessible without ZL. Looks like a small chest. Oh, it's a key.
Out of logic accessible with the bomb shoe.
But if you're Cola, you've got 7 bomb... Oh, it looks like he is going to go for it.
There we go. Bomb shoe and hookshot. That's bomb shoe, hookshot, iron boots. That's all you need. And then you know, even if you bail out of Water Temple right now, because of course you can't beat Morpha right now, you can walk straight into Morpha's boss room, and that's what he's doing. He bails out of Water Temple now, and once he finds the long shot somewhere, he can walk straight into Morpha's boss room and beat up the amoeba.
Is this? This looks like a Fire Temple play.
Okay. You were so close, Cola. You were so close to that bomb bag you were looking for.
I'm not entirely convinced I like this over Lost Woods, given that it's light Medallion.
It's probably one check anyway.
If this was not light Medallion, I might like this just from the standpoint of having some knowledge. But with it being light Medallion, it's like, yeah.
Who needs this? Yeah.
Also, I'm not equipping the Goron Tunic.
Ooh. It's a small key. We can progress further. He's gonna equip the Goron Tunic with 1 second remaining on the clock.
Opting to save quit.
Okay.
Now, this does feel kind of weird that you'd go in, you'd get the key, and then just not continue. Unless they're going to Bolero back and just get the health refill. But then I guess you could have... Oh, wait.
Get the health refill from safe quitting, and then you can just proceed to the big lava room with probably no time loss.
I forgot that it starts you in the dungeons when you save quit. I'm used to some of the other older games where it sets you back to near start. Hello, that is a boomerang on 10 skulls.
Well then!
And with the Ruda's letter found, that does make Jabu fully completable.
Yep, and fully in logic as well. Well, not technically fully in logic. That chest, no, the chest that's in the middle of the GTG fire room is hammerlocked, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so that is completely in logic. So, time to go to Jabu Jabu for Mario.
And I think with this routing into Lost Woods, I'm guessing they're going to head to the shortcuts. Potentially pick up whatever grottos I didn't get on the way, which I don't think there are any. And take the shortcuts to get to ZR.
Yeah. Reasonable play.
Cola has decided Fire Temple... Still going to give him some keys, so I guess he's going to keep going. Doesn't have a hammer.
As long as Fire Temple keeps giving him keys, he's going to keep giving Fire Temple some more time.
Ooh, but Mario has not checked all of the ZR spots, and we've seen the hint for ZR is Way of the Hero.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to check those right away or if he's just going to straight beeline for Jabu.
Is that a Din? Is that a purple rupee or a Din's fire?
I did not see that.
Mario's gonna check the frogs in the rain, which is the check that Cola did not do when they were here, and is rewarded with Din's fire. So
that answers your question. So Mario's bomb bag was in Ocarina minigame in Lost Woods.
So, I believe that opens up, what, 2 checks of shadow?
Yeah, it's 2 checks of shadow without the hover boots.
I don't
Picking
think...
up 2
Sorry, go ahead.
stones before he grabs a chicken.
Also, no magic, though. As I'm being reminded.
Yeah. That being said, nice glitchless jump from Cola there, going up on the block.
I feel like the best case scenario for Cola right now for this fire temple is either a bomb bag or magic.
Either or will probably put him closer to on the right path, yeah. But so far, the fire temple just keeps feeding him keys.
And opting to go, oh, misses the chicken jump.
Oh no, that's a time loss about 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Going back down the river, grabbing that chicken again.
Which I guess this does make Jabu out of logic, is not having ZL.
As I said before, Fire Temple just keeps feeding Cola keys. I think we're at 4 keys now that Fire Temple has given him.
Wait a second. Oh, right. Scale. Scale from, like, Hylia to ZD is how you get to Jabu.
Exactly.
Sometimes I trip myself up on stuff stupidly. My apologies, folks. But, well, that is a bit of a fall.
Fall?
You get knocked by the bubble under the lava for Cola.
Yeah, sure. No, I'm chastising Starfall in chat for that atrocious pun.
I would slow clap, but that's hard to do with one hand. Gonna try for the chicken entry into the domain again. Gets it this time. Given ZD is a foolish choice, none of these checks are gonna get checked, and with full money, there's no reason to go do the dive minigame.
The only check that he's probably going to poke around, or the only thing that he's probably gonna check before heading to Jabu is that hit in front of King Zora, and then we are off immediately.
Opting to spend 200 rupees on the fish instead of taking the 30 seconds to go get it yourself.
I mean, if you have the money, you might as well.
I feel the thing is, though, that Mr. Mario doesn't have a Goron tunic, and I'm going to assume that's logically needed for Fire Temple if there's anything in this Fire Temple.
Well, it's logically needed, yeah, but logic is satisfied with the fact that he can get 200 rupees.
Yeah. Well, I'm also going to assume Mr. Mario is not planning to do Fire Temple anytime soon.
First of all, there's that. Second of all, even then, he will probably have the 6 hearts or so that are needed to do Fire Temple without ever buying the tunic.
Come on, we all know that all the heart containers in the seed are in GC.
Also, Cola getting bitten by not setting up Scarecrow Song here. He was unable to check Pierre check there, and had to walk straight past that. Also chose not to set up shortcut, by the way. He probably peeked that and saw that. Ooh, Lens of Truth.
Lens. Okay.
Huh.
So that puts.
That's Fire Temple Compass chest.
Does that put the Song of Time in logic, or is Long Shot or Hover Boot still needed for that?
Song of Time was where again?
Requiem.
Colossus. You still need Longshot or... no. Yeah, you still need Longshot or Hover Boots to get across the Sand Trap. And you still need Magic as well for logical access over there.
You know, at some point these runners are going to find magic.
You think?
I would hope. It's probably in Ganon's castle, but I would hope. Never mind the fact that Shadow's of stone and you need it to get into Ganon's castle. The other magic could be there, though. And
That's
Cola
not true.
This...
Ow.
I feel like at this point you just hold the chew up to the door and take the damage.
Yeah. Cola feels the same, obviously.
Well, actually, this is interesting. Now, if there is a bomb bag back here, Cola will have to know that there is another bomb bag available before this point.
Yeah. Big chest behind Hammer? Mr. Martin, what? Did you see something we missed?
Maybe he caught a glimpse of what's in the locked Goron chest, but... also, we have seen a hint for ZL and Burning Cack, so... Gold scale.
Scale in... Okay.
So I guess that puts the lab dive in logic, but...
Not much else.
Yes. As far as I know, the Gold Scare Water Temple is not in logic here. Also, they have irons anyway.
Yeah. It's not in logic. It is allowed, though. It's an allowed trick.
However, the Coherent Forest Way the Hero could be that first scale.
Yeah, quite probably, considering that we do need that to get into Zora's domain, to get into... Oh yeah, it has to be! No, wait. It doesn't have to be. We have bombs.
But we don't have ZL.
Oh, that's a point. Oh yeah, that first scale is our way of the hero, then.
And also, Cola opted to skip the key that was on the normal hammer chest in Fire Temple, so they are leaving behind the hammer blocked chests and the Pierre blocked chest.
Knows he doesn't need the key.
Cruel and unusual punishment in this game would be putting the last bomb bag on the Pierre chest.
Ooh. 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 Cola did get Fire Boss key, I think. Has to have.
And is going to get their boomerang here. Which may have them considering doing this Jabu play. And Jabu does not require bombs, at least in normal.
No, it doesn't. In Master Quest you need bombs for it, but in normal you can do without. Now he at least has a progression dungeon available to him, which probably makes him happy.
That actually is a ZL unlock as well. So it also opens up those big chests that he saw in bottom of the well. And can activate Scarecrow.
Which also is information that Mr. Mario, I think, so far does not have.
I could see Cola routing Jabu to bottom of the well, picking up Pierre on the way. Just in case he wants to go back for that, what's it called? The check in Fire Temple that was left behind.
Yeah. Wait, no, he didn't get boss key, did he?
Oh, but I don't think so.
So
Boss key could be on Pierre, couldn't it?
Pierre has the boss key. Because the other chests he peeked.
Could also be hammer blocked.
Yeah, also that.
Hammer on Pierre for hammer block boss key and Fire Temple for Light Medallion? That seems reasonable.
Sounds perfectly fine to me. It's a perfectly cromulent way of putting the items.
Yeah. But also,
Oh no, Cola. Played Minuet and then decided otherwise.
What does Cola see as available at this moment that he's thinking about? I don't think this is Bombchu Bowling, because that seems like a very odd check to do now.
I think he has done some. Yeah, he does.
Getting out the choose.
He seems to be just beelining for Jabu there.
So I guess he's gonna use the choose to open up the rocks instead of take the Lost Woods shortcut?
Yeah.
Presumably for better chicken access.
Yeah, he probably thought, oh yeah, I would need to go down the river anyway to grab the chicken, so might as well. Doesn't have Serenade either, so no easy access to the lake shortcut.
It's like Mr. Mario's gonna opt to do... Gets the Switch and is off to fight my personal favorite child boss, Baronade.
Yeah, Baronade is definitely among my top 3 bosses in this game. Such a good boss fight. Very varied.
You can tell me this is an MMO raid boss and I would 100% believe you.
Yeah, no argument here. Oh, really good Baronade first phase from Mr. Mario there.
Yeah, the Deku Nuts here are doing a lot of work.
Again, Deku Nuts are OP. You can destroy these jellyfish with it, and one Deku Nut takes care of all of them because of its AoE damage.
Further proof that anytime you find a walnut, you should say thank you to it. Wait. Mr. Mario is the first runner to have more than 3 hearts.
Congratulations on that achievement, Mr. Mario.
Zelda is you.
And, yeah, to emphasize, at 1 hour and 42 minutes into the seed.
Again, all the heart containers are in Ganon's castle.
And the art pieces are not getting picked up because both our runners don't care about small chests.
Cola's opting to go get their own fish instead of get the money to buy their fish from the shop.
Well, it's hand-caught fish.
Also,
yeah,
opting to get a sticker.
As I just said, Ella, both of our runners are completely ignoring small chests. And those contain heart pieces, so...
So, looks like Mr. Mario is heading in the direction of Pierre to activate Pierre. Unfortunately, doesn't have the money for child fishing. Because we all know child fishing is the one check you always want to do. Right next to, chickens.
Yeah, it's... I mean, I would rather do child fishing than chickens. It's quicker.
Speaking of chickens, we have not seen those yet, still.
We're not gonna see it unless it's literally the last check in the game for one of our runners.
Well, that just means that it's going to have, like, I don't know, ice arrows.
Long shot.
Look at you putting a required item on chickens. I want long shot to be, like, the other checks that they do that they ignore to do chickens instead. Because I feel like there's at least one check that is slower than chickens.
And also they have a hint for chickens. It's dead.
I mean, they could do it anyway just for the beams, but... not likely. Mr. Mario now does have enough money to do child fishing.
getting scammed by the professor.
Opting to do left side pawn straps.
I think that's the standard.
And effectively just catching the fish out of the water with his bare hands. I mean, I guess technically fish are water chickens.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Handling that water chicken. I'm not even. I'm not even.
Well,
thanks, game.
all right.
Why do you even bother?
I guess the game said, here, you caught a fish. Use this to catch more fish.
This is a more efficient lure. Punk. Ooh, big chest for cola. I think that was a bottom? No.
Gold scale.
Gold scale, there we go. I can't remember things.
Okay, so now that we know child fishing is a thing, I actually would half expect Cola does that if they're gonna make the play to Pierre, if they're expecting Pierre and Fire Temple has something. Anyway.
Yeah. If you're in Lake Hylia as a child, you're never going to visit there as a child again. You want to do all the child checks that you can then.
I'm guessing Mr. Mario is heading back to Adult Link now with their newfound long shot to go somewhere. Yeah, maybe they go to Water Temple here and do the same couple of checks and get the boss key.
Yep.
Although they can fight Morpha at this point.
Yeah, but Water Temple is a required dungeon. You can just, yeah, exactly. You can just beat up Morpha and be done with it for now.
Alternately,
yep, child fishing was long shot indeed.
Alternately, he could just go pick up ZL and then actually do Water Temple.
Yeah, also a good idea. But I think if he finds boss key early, at this point, he is probably not going to continue clearing checks in Water Temple.
I would almost expect a Swamp Palace Link to the Past style treatment, where you get the boss key, you go fight Morpha, and then you come back to Water Temple afterward for the items.
It's so diluted with keys, though. I think you have 9 checks in there, and 5 of those are keys.
Yeah, but if you're this far in, you don't have any magic. You know magic can't be in Shadow. And you can't access and you presumably can't access Requiem at this point without magic. There's not a ton of places where magic can be. Now, if Requiem is accessible, then that changes the game completely because this song is now accessible. So if this is Requiem, that changes things a little bit. But elsewise, water is not necessarily out of the question for where magic can be. Now, of course, if your options are Light Medallion, Fire, or the back of Water, you may choose Fire Temple at that point.
Yeah. For check density alone, basically.
Yeah. But First Magic and Water Temple can't necessarily be ignored at this point. Also, we're hearing a good point from chat that water does open up Ganon's castle. So, First Magic and Ganon's castle is also an option.
I called it, didn't I?
Plus, Mirror Shield is still missing, lights are still missing, hovers are still missing. Wait, no, First Magic can't be in Ganon's castle because of stones. But Mirror Shield can.
Magic in Ganon's castle, then. Who cares? It's a progressive item.
I mean, there could still be a magic in Ganon's castle. It just won't be the one that unlocks Shadow. Berry Fountain for Mr. Mario in the Colossus. Now, where I think this gets interesting for Cola... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
What shoes for Mr. Mario there? And it's a 10-pack.
Where I think this becomes interesting for Cola is I would almost... If you're Cola, I would almost grab ZL and then immediately go back Child and do bottom of the well. Because you've seen at least 2 big chests in there, and you don't have a bomb bag.
I would agree. If you can access ZL and you know that that there's 2 big chests waiting for you there and you're almost 2 hours into the seed without a damn bomb bag, yeah.
Cola having a little bit of trouble getting the skip. Mr. Mario is going to opt to do a peek at what's on the arch. Looks like it's nothing of major importance. And is now going to go do Adult Side Spirit Temple with Strength 3. Now, I believe depending on where the keys are, there's a couple of possibilities where this would not be completable for Mr. Mario. Ergo, if all the keys are needed are on Child side, but I don't think that's necessarily likely.
Yeah, all you need to proceed here is 1 key on adult side, and you have 2 checks. Or 2 chances to pull 1. And there is 1.
Yep. So we're gonna get to see a good
into Spirit Temple.
Spirit Temple always had a very calming feel for me. And I don't know if that's the music, the motif, or just doing it immediately after Shadow. I don't expect we're going to see the Skulltula picked up here, given that Mr. Mario has the hints for every other Skulltula prize, and none of them are useful.
Yeah. He's not gonna take another look at a single Skulltula. Oh, 2 keys on adult side.
Cola has opted not to go up to 4 hearts.
Well then.
Rip the run.
I think at this point, is he just doing a 3 hearts run for the swag points?
If the difference between the 2 runners comes down to the little bit of time in the text box for the piece of hearts, first off, that would be an amazing race, but also, that'd be kind of hilarious. So yeah, I think Cola routes this into... that was a Giant's Wallet.
Yep. For a moment there, I thought it was magic, but no. Okay. Cola's routing this into Lake Hylia, so he might find his long shot soon.
I think he will get his long shot here. I don't see him skipping Child Fishing, unless he thinks he's that far behind that he needs to make that gamble, but that just doesn't seem like a good gamble to make.
No, if you're here, you want to do all the checks that you can do and never set foot in Lake Hylia as a child again.
I think if you had Serenade, you could make an argument for... There's Magic and Spirit.
Well, that was right hand, right? Oh,
that was actually the chest on the right side. I mean, you had to use right hand to get into it, but it was the chest above on the right side. And now you can get the small key. So with magic found, looks like we're going to see a child side climb. Long shot for Cola. I still think if you're Cola, bottom of the well is... It might be too much to ignore once you get ZL. Now, I don't think Cola has been to adult ZD yet. Or rather, adult ZF yet.
The thing is, it is 2 additional age changes. I'm not sure if Cola is gonna go for that straight away. Opting not to go to the lab, despite having gold scale. And instead, probably on the way, on the way to Hyrule Castle.
I thought he already had checked the lab at one point. Opting to wait for nighttime. Now, here's where something a little interesting comes up, is once Cola gets their magic, they do have treasure chest game in logic.
Yeah. But that being said, Cola, being Cola, is going to do one thing that he always does. Give the 1 in 32 one chance.
Oh man, if Cola gets this...
It's going to be a bundle of arrows.
Oh boy.
Left side, it's a 1 in 16.
If this is a bomb bag... Oh my goodness.
It's a 1 in 8.
Going team left. Let's see. Oh boy.
1 in 4.
Do we get the dream?
Nope.
I feel like there's like... I seem to recall reading somewhere there's like a pixel of what's inside of the chest that you can see if you look really hard.
Not sure. I don't think I've ever heard that.
Getting that far without... Getting that far on a YOLO, though, is still pretty good.
Yeah. And he's always only ever doing that once. He's willing to invest the 1 minute it takes him, or 1 or 2 minutes it takes him to do that 1 in 32 gamble, because the odds are good enough. And also, I think during one of the qualifiers for Zelda Speedrun Season 4, he pulled a mirror shield out of one of those 1 in 32 gambles that he did.
I think based on what Cola's gotten in the way he's routing, there's a very good chance that Ocarina Game is going to be a last location. Just based on... Oh, hey, a heart container was found.
My goodness, one of the runners is at 5 hearts.
They can pick up
Almost
a white sword.
2 hours
Wrong
into
game.
the seed. Also found boss key.
Nice. That was... This would be adult side climb? Yes. Cola's gonna go ahead and get their ZL here.
Looks to me he's probably routing it as exactly as you suggested. He's probably running right back to Temple of Time after this, and checking that ZL check in the bottom of the well. Desperately hoping that it's his bomb back.
Heading
Or
back
not.
to Kakariko? Mr. Mario's going for the Sungrave chest. Oh, Cola doesn't have the song yet. Okay, this makes sense. This could be Requiem. In his mind. We are mirror, hovers, and lights. From Go Mode. And then Cola also needs to pick up the bomb bag. Either the third one that we have not seen yet, or the one that is in the Ocarina game. My apologies, I'm not familiar with... I wasn't quite familiar with Glow Mode versus Go. Also, it is Requiem, so... I guess that puts Child Spirit in Logic too, but Child Spirit... Really, I don't think is going to have much here.
Nah, probably not. Probably just gonna have the... not even gonna have a key.
Although I think if you're in Cola's shoes and you're gonna go back to Child anyway for bottom of the well, maybe you just gamble Child side Spirit after you get done with that. Especially if you don't have a bomb bag by then.
Yeah. So Cola has 1 chew left. He still doesn't have a bomb bag. And happy 2 hours, everyone. We're 2 hours into the seed.
I feel like if you're 2 hours into the seed and you don't have a bomb bag, you're probably very concerned.
Yes. You feel behind by default just because you have to ration chews while your opponent is just getting bomb drops. Is what you're gonna feel. But I think 2 hours into the seed is as good a time as any to shout out a few people who work behind the scenes to make this restream possible. Thank you very much, of course, to our runners for agreeing to be restreamed. But also, thanks to Bright and Mighty Mouse, our trackers who are working in the background to make sure you can see what is going on in this race by filling in the trackers that you see on stream, and also they're taking care of a big old Excel spreadsheet in the background that has additional information for us commentators, so we look, so at least I look marginally competent. Of course, my co-com Alsoa always looks competent, doesn't need that old spreadsheet.
I mean, I'm the one that forgot ZL existed 3 times.
Eh. And finally, also a big old shout out to our setup volunteers who are setting up this restream for us, Fiesel and Bonsai Beer.
So the question now becomes, does either runner actually care about fire arrows? Because I don't think they block anything, but I'm not 100% sure.
No, fire arrows are completely useless. The only thing they would block, or the only thing that there would be a pathway to is Shadow Trial 2, and we know that's dead.
I mean, we could just turn on having to do all 6 trials.
We could.
That would slow the thing down, but we could do it. Cola does not go from the hand up to that chest to get their magic, but I assume they wouldn't skip this chest.
Yeah, no, he's just peeking to see what the chests were. He probably would have gone child side if they were nothing. But here's magic, Cola.
So who's going to be the brave soul that does the 2 checks of Shadow?
At this point, probably Cola. Is my guess. Because Mr. Mario has other stuff to do that is obvious progression.
Although I'm also thinking about it from Cola's standpoint, I'm not thinking of a whole lot. At least, not a whole lot is jumping to mind immediately as far as what's left that's bomb blocked.
Yeah. Okay, so Cola dropped a Thoros Wind in here. Also probably, or is probably expecting not to be able to finish the dungeon. Which is fair considering he doesn't have Mirror Shield.
Yeah, there's no reason to assume that Mirror Shield's going to show up in here. Oh, interesting. I like that, actually.
Okay.
Well, you think about it, Cola can't do anything else on Child's side.
Oh, that's literally it. So he just needed to check those 2 chests and be out of there.
Ah, you know what? I like the play.
It saved him that bomb shoot, as Chet points out, which we just got to spend on the BMOs.
Yep. But now with no bomb shoes, this is where it gets interesting for Cola. Because you do need bombs for Shadow Temple. Or shoes for Shadow Temple. I forgot about. But Cola can't get there anyway. I expect that Cola will long shot over to the couple of chests that might be still on Child's side. Oh, hey, Cola's over a number of parts now. Mr. Mario headed to Morpha.
Since... And that leaves Shadow Temple to be done for Mr. Mario. And, well, I might have to revise my opinion about who is going to be the first one to check that. Check those first two chests. And nice quick pull from Mr. Mario. That is a 0-cycle Morpha from him.
I think if you're Mr. Mario, you at least check those 2 chests of Shadow, just because maybe you get lucky and there's like a vanilla hover boost.
Yeah, and even if you don't get lucky, you know that your opponent probably is also hunting for those items at the moment.
Yep.
So you're not losing any time, not really.
And those 2 quicks are certainly a lot faster than going into Fire Temple at this point. And definitely faster than doing the rest of Water Temple. That's a seed bag. So that's 2 out of the 3 stones needed to get into Ganon's castle. Gonna opt to go ahead and shoot the sun here. And Cola's setting up for Wind in this room.
And it is... double magic. Oh.
And that did not require magic to get to.
No, just needed long shot, which you got here as a child. Mr. Mario opting to leave that there. And choosing to do the play that you suggested. Go back into Water Temple.
I kind of like this. But I'm also the person... Sorry, go ahead.
Cola is on his way into Shadow Temple for those 2 all-important checks.
I kind of like this play from the sheer gamble standpoint. Actually, I like both of these plays from the gamble standpoint.
We are at that part of the seed where you have to gamble a bit.
Oh, he's doing a file copy. Perhaps doing a save scum for keys?
Yeah, or I think not having to worry about his magic or anything.
Oh!
Oh no, he wants to check those 2 checks in Shadow Temple. And then if those are nothing, he just goes back to his other file and continues that to keep playing in Water Temple. Saving himself a warp there.
That is a clever way of doing it, and I appreciate the cleverness.
Yeah, he doesn't have the Serenade. So there's no quick way back to Water Temple here.
Yeah, there is that. And Serenade being... And given that there's a 50-50 chance that it's vanilla Serenade, likely not ever getting picked up.
Indeed.
If anything, I think vanilla Serenade is actually better for the runners than not, given that that would put Prelude on Ocarina of Time cutscene, which could be useful if they need to go back and forth after getting all the stones.
I don't think we're gonna see OT. Oh yeah, okay. Actually, we are possibly. And it's a small key, so
I feel like
something you can scum away.
I think if you're Mr. Mario, you just save quit out instead of reset. Because it doesn't change the file that he set up that's at Water Temple.
Yeah.
This just makes it where he doesn't lose that key.
Oh yeah. So if he then does the Water Temple search and comes up empty, he can just continue on the other file, on the file where he has this key. He's cursing, though. He's not happy about finding that key.
Yeah, that puts him in a little bit of a bind. I think he would have rathered it to have been a junk item. Either junk item or progression. Where's he headed to now, though?
I'm guessing back to water.
But he's walking?
Yeah. If he finds something in Water Temple, he's gonna have to do those 2 checks again. So it's at this point a 50-50 play. And you don't want to keep the slowly diverging states of 2 saves in your head for too long.
There's no way for him to know one way or the other. Actually seeing in chat the suggestion that this could be a bottom of the well play.
Quite possibly.
Which I actually think I would have expected out of Cola before Mr. Mario, but maybe Cola is just going to get their stone off of Water Temple and being done with it. Or going for OGC Fairy. Or not.
I just said time of day.
Strength
And
3
there's
for
your
Cola.
Strength 3 for Cola.
Why would Cola not be able to beat water at this point without shoes? He's already got the boss key. So there's nothing stopping Cola from being able to do this. Mario's headed back to Kid State. Not the most excited about that proposition.
I mean, Lake is also worthwhile for Cola because he has to set up Scarecrow and at some point probably wants to talk to Pierre in the Fire Temple. One thing that is annoying to Cola probably is that he never set up the shortcut in Fire Temple. So he gets to climb that thing again.
Could he have set up the shortcut in Fire Temple?
Don't think he did.
Doesn't wait, isn't the shortcut hammer blocked? Or am I thinking oh the other shortcut, never mind. Yeah, that shortcut. Well he was on
The shortcut back up to Pierre is not hammerlocked.
yes, that's the one. I was thinking of the one in the boss key room for some reason. There's a shortcut. But also, Cola has been running on shoes this whole time, and he may have felt the shoe wasn't worth the shortcut.
It's true. And, I mean, he's out of shoes at this point anyway.
Mm-hmm. Plus, I imagine he saw the chest, saw it was a small chest, and was like, nah. Just some arrows on the outside Hyrule Castle.
Child fishing. Oh, or adult fishing is a heart piece.
I think this is gonna be the bottom of the well play. I don't see chickens before bottom of the well here.
Yeah, bottom of the well is, I think, 5 times the amount of checks in the same time it takes to do chickens, so...
Yeah.
If you come up completely empty in bottom of the well, you can always still do chickens.
Also, I managed to keep forgetting chickens has been hinted dead for the past, like, 2 hours.
Also true. Toucan Sam, not long for this world. What's on top of the lap, though? We haven't seen that yet. Maybe it's his 3rd bomb bag.
I thought Mr. Mario looked at it and it was nothing special.
It is very much nothing special, you are right.
Hey, those 5 rupees might matter to somebody. Not to Cola, but somebody.
And here we go, Mr. Mario on the way into the well, and we're about to see what those big chests were.
So if 3rd bomb bag is in... If 3rd bomb bag is in the well, that's probably good for Cola, just because I assume Cola does well before Water Temple, knowing there's 2 big chests in there.
Yeah.
Morpha notwithstanding, because Morpha is required regardless, and also pretty quick to get to.
I'm not sure. Might go either way, because he probably wants to save the age change here. Especially because, again, we don't have Prelude. We have no way to easily get to... Yeah, you're not getting that chest under that debris, Mr. Mario. Oh no, wait. Mr. Mario does have bombs and shoes and all that good stuff. What's that big chest, though?
That is Goron Tunic.
Goron Tunic, okay. Not really something that Cola needs.
Yeah, not at this point.
I mean, he bought one.
Especially considering that the odds of Cola doing Fire Temple.
Tunics were in well.
Oh, well, that's cute.
Technically, that means Well of the Hero. On a very roundabout way.
I am now imagining there's like one Way of the Hero hint for Bottom of the Well, and it's just the two tunics, and everyone leaves horribly disappointed.
And angry.
Yep.
I mean, I can guarantee you there is not going to be a Way of the Hero hint for Well, but... Basically, yeah, as Alex Harold puts it, Well is a closet. It's where you get your clothes from.
Gonna have a dead hand check before opening the big chest. Not entirely sure I like this. I feel like you just open the big chest on the way in.
2 chests versus 1.
Yeah, and if you're committing to coming back through that room, it makes sense, I guess. Which it seems Mr. Mario is committing to that. Double magic for Cola if he opts for it. A little bit unhappy, probably wishing that was a bomb bag.
Shape is so similar to the bomb bag, so I'm sure he had like 1 second where it was, oh, finally my bomb! No.
Playing Nocturne here.
Dead hand just has a small chest.
So bomb bag here for Cola doesn't... If there's a bomb bag here, then that presumably puts these runners about dead even again. Cola with the advantage of having Lens and Furores. But that's not a ton in the grand scheme of things. Unless it's something required, unless it's something like, I don't know, Miron treasure chest game or something.
I think I would still put Mr. Mario ahead because he just has more knowledge at this point. Has seen more of the game. I mean, Cola has seen Fire Temple, which was so far completely useless.
Mm-hmm. There's going to get Furore's Wind for Mr. Mario, so that kind of equalizes that a little bit.
Would probably like to see that a bit earlier. Well, there's the one check that his Strength 3 at the moment affords him. Outside Ganon's Castle Ferry for Cola, and Mr. Mario opting to keep double defense, given his low heart count.
Can't really say I blame him there.
No.
Especially with the way that he routed it, he was going to warp out anyway. There's no reason to not keep that.
Folks, it's time to yeet that rock! The
Bye, rock!
has been yoked.
Alright, what do we got here? A shield!
It is technically a major item.
Ganon's castle is on the way of the hero. Mr. Mario back in the Lost Woods. Is this a Darunia check?
I am... Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Clearing
I
up
like
the
it.
rest of Child Goron City and... probably never setting foot in here again. I mean, at some point you just have to finish up your child checks and be adult for the rest of the game.
Yeah. I could see Child Spirit after this. And I feel like with the warps, it's better to do this and then warp over to Child Spirit, because you're going to warp out of there anyway.
Yep.
I mean, unless you want to do Reverse Haunted Wasteland as a child.
Why would I ever want that?
Not saying you should do it, I'm just saying you could. I mean, maybe in like some really, really weird entrance rando, no logic setting where you start in Child Spirit and you have no songs?
Okay.
Elsewise, I cannot think of any other instance where you'd use it.
Can you have overworld, non-overworld starting locations in entrance rando?
I don't know. That's a Deku Nut.
Deku Nuts. Now it's time to do chest minigame for real, for Cola.
If it's all left this time.
He's gonna be so upset. It
is not.
Left, right. Light Samurai, I think the only one who got in on time and already out with their guess. Left, right, right. Left, right, right, left.
Which side is gonna win? Right side wins. By having 3.
Okay.
And nothing on Hot Rodder.
And it's a small chest.
Ow.
Ow!
So I think this becomes bottom. This probably becomes bottom of the well for Cola, seeing the 2 large chests.
Yeah, and pretty much gonna be a disappointment for him.
Child Climb for Mr. Mario.
Reasonable play. That mirror shield has to be somewhere.
Ironically enough, though, is there anything that bombs at this point would open up for Cola that he hasn't already done with bomb juice?
Much.
Strength 2 room has been done in GTG. Toilet has not.
And I think the runners counted keys and have precluded that toilet is not something to be concerned about.
Mr. Mario using a lot of bombs to try to not have to slingshot this keys.
That was kind of weird.
CL for Cola gonna drain the statue. And a small chest on the other side of Child Climb. I think Mario just loaded up their other file that's in Water Temple and is now doing Water Temple.
Was nothing worthwhile that he caught it that he found in the meantime.
That's just gotta feel weird.
That was a long time to be playing in that one file, though.
Yeah.
And
then you reset again?
Probably worried that he forgot something that he... Otherwise, nope, he's staying in the same save file.
He's warping
And
out, though.
immediately warping out of Water Temple?
Is he re-getting the small key for Shadow?
I have no idea.
Yeah, that's a no. He doesn't have the double defense yet anymore. And I doubt he's going back for that.
He definitely scummed that other file or put it to rest for now. But immediately going out of water. I'm not sure what he's going to accomplish or what he's intending to accomplish with this.
He did lose one thing that we're being reminded of. Yeah, and he might as well pick up double defense while he's down there if he wants it, but that kind of hurts, actually. Is this the... Oh, this is the potential Lost Woods play from Gola? Is he finally going to get his bomb bag? And probably curse the seed?
Curse whoever rolled the thing. I think he might have rolled it himself, though.
Although...
Mario rolled it.
Although again, how much does bomb bag open that he hasn't already done with shoes? Because I'm trying to remember. Well, that he hasn't already done with shoes, nor has seen yet.
Bunch of grottos that he hasn't explored.
No, he's not going for Lost Woods just yet, going for training grounds. And Mario's opted for the OGC play.
That Lost Woods check at this point looks like a literal last location for Mario. For Cola.
This... Man. I wonder if at this point Cola just ends up having Bomb Bag be the Go Mode item. Or... Wait. Yeah. He will need to get another chew pack, go buy chews off of the desert cellar, which is a terrible idea.
The money for it, it's not a bad idea.
Well...
But he has equipped Slingshot, so he's now going finally for Target in the Woods and Simon Says.
Also consider that Bomb Chew Cellar isn't in Logic. You all know it is now because of Longshot, that's right.
Yeah. And who cares about Logic?
Yeah. Mr. Mario back in Water Temple again with no
I want to see
win.
that face when Cola gets that bomb back, though.
So where does Cola go after this? The same child checks that Mr. Mario did?
Not sure.
Also, I believe this would be hinted as Lost Woods on the way here, not Kokiri Forest.
That is true. That was obviously a groan. Okay, you meant his Kokiri sword chest. Yeah, okay, that's, yeah, he took his sweet time with that. That is true. That being said, we have been raided by Mr. MKL. Thanks for the raid, hope you had a good stream.
So now we're going to see the long trail of, probably just checking all this stuff. At the same time, Mr. Mario is free to go ahead and presumably find the progression in Water Temple, because it almost has to be here at this point. And I don't see Cola coming back here until they've done all of their child checks.
Quite possibly. I mean, Cola is probably going to clear out Child at this point to never have to go Child again.
Which will take him some time to do, but not a ton of time, I don't think. Probably the longest part will just be the Hyrule Field checks. So Cola has Child Goron City, Child Spirit, Bomb Shoe Bowling, as mentioned in chat. I believe there was a couple of grottos he never checked. We did get a file copy in this race from Mr. Mario.
Yep, Mr. Mario file copied and threw away about 20 minutes of playtime, I think, just about.
Yes.
And Cola did indeed do chess minigame. It was a hard piece.
The other factor is that Mr. Mario opted to reset away a Furor's Wind, which is probably the biggest item that he got during his adventure. Whether it's relevant or not is another matter entirely. I would say it's reasonably unlikely to be relevant. That is true. He will have to do those two. He will have to fight Dead Hand and Shadow again, but that's not that long. He'll just have to make sure he has magic going into there. Going for the Dark Link fight. This is where having 4 bottles full of green potion would just let you spam Din's Fire.
Or you just have some Deku Nuts, as I said.
I mean, that's the easy solution. But why do that when you can fill 4 bottles full of potions and use all of your rupees?
Also fair. So, Yamaha, water is not way of the hero. Our ways of the hero are River, DC, Kokiri, Crater, and Deku Tree. And I think Mr. Mario just feels bottlenecked, and that's why he's in water.
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot left.
Yeah, we need hover boots, we need mirror shield, and we need light arrows to finish this seed. And so far, all of them have stubbornly refused to show up. Yep, over-the-shoulder strats. Oh, that even works with Master Sword. I didn't know that.
Huh. Well, we learned something today. Cola back at the graveyard. Let's see what long shot chest is. Ice is foolish, along with Zora's Domain. That's a Stone of Agony.
That is just the ultimate insult from the game.
And now we get to see River Chest.
Here's a big old item chest. It's a paperweight.
Hey, it tells you where the Redhead Grotto is if you don't know the exact location of it. I think we've seen everything in Fountain except for the Great Fairy.
Yep.
But at this point, that is a very long check to get back to.
Yeah, we've done Jabu, we've done, Oh, that's another big chest.
It is... the
Big
Goron
Stabby.
Sword.
We do take that.
Yeah, like... it's one of those cases where you're not gonna be mad. It looks like a...
Yeah, Dragon chest is definitely a small chest.
Yeah.
So
Although I think Mario thinks it's a big chest.
Well, he probably has better eyes than I do.
Oh man, imagine if it's fire after all this.
Told you it's a small chest. Yeah, Cola cleared out fire mostly. Oop. Option bowling. First try is a purple rupee.
And now we get Mario going into fire.
Option bowling is useless today.
Now, if you're Cola, do you actually go for a fire temple before water?
I am not sure.
Because you have
a fire bosky chest and it's a small chest. Yeah, we have highest Goron chest still unfulfilled. We have Pierre, who probably has the boss key.
Because you think about it, if you're Cola, you've already seen most of Fire Temple. You only have Pierre, which maybe he's deduced its boss key, maybe not. And just the boss left, that's not exactly a long check. And if it's there and your opponent did Water Temple, then you gain back a whole bunch of time. Mr. Mario gonna grab a fairy. You know, there's discussion of DTG and Gerudo's Fortress. Did we see what the chest on top of Gerudo's Fortress is?
I didn't.
Because I'm not sure if either runner actually looked at that chest to see if it was small or not. Okay, we're hearing that it was small. At least from one person.
Yeah, Zora's Fountain Fairy is left.
Cola's opted to go for Adult here, opting against Child Spirit. Let's see what Cola does. A bunch
of time.
Oh, actually, you know what? Cola might be checking ZF Fairy because you started Zora's River.
Oh.
That's actually not too far then.
It's also in logic now.
Yeah. Oh, now this, if this is something, this swings it right back towards Cola. Because I imagine this will be an absolute last location for Mr. Mario.
And also, even if it's not a last location, Mr. Mario is going to spend at least 5 minutes or so here in Fire clearing that out.
Right. And given that if he wants to get the boss item, he's got to go all the way up to Pierre. Wait, doesn't Fire Dancer 2 have a chest?
Flare Dancer 2 guards the hammer chest. But Flare Dancer 1 does have a chest, or rather, which one is Flare Dancer 2? The one in the boss key loop? Because yes, it does.
I always thought Flare Dancer 2 was the one in the boss key loop.
Okay.
So I guess technically boss key could be there too?
Technically. Frogs 2 is dead.
And Frogs 1 was Din's Fire, which is the one where you just make it rain on him. Hovers at
Oh my
ZF.
god! Well, Cola's back in the running.
I imagine Cola checks this hint. Oh, wait, no, he's going to check the rest of ZF, and then immediately goes straight to Shadow.
Yeah.
That's a huge find.
That is big. I would arguably say Cola's back in the lead now.
Especially if... Now, there is one X factor, and that is if there's something still in Fire Temple from the Pierre check. But with the information we have, that swings right back to Cola.
We'll see what's in Fire Temple. I think Mario is gonna full clear that one.
And I think that's really the break Cola needed with how late that bomb bag was.
Oh, that's a huge, huge swing in favor of Cola.
Although I don't know if you're Cola, you feel that happy seeing that there because it is just a save quit on the overworld away.
Yeah, but with how late ZL was in the seed, you just assume at this point your opponent might not have gotten to it. I mean, I still think you feel behind regardless, but...
oh yeah.
You always feel behind in these races.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you consider that he did get bomb pagged after 2 hours I don't think you stop feeling behind until the done has happened. Whether from you or your opponent doesn't matter.
Fair.
It's like a small chest in there. Mr. Mario, opting not for the Goron tunic with those 5 hearts, has enough time to get through these rooms. If he does fight Volvagia due to boss key being on Pierre, then I could see him opting to put it on for that fight.
He doesn't have it anymore.
Oh, that's right. Also doesn't have Ferora's Wind anymore, so he has to walk all the way back down from here.
Yep. Well, you can jump back down.
True. Hovers were in ZF Ferry.
Yeah.
Is that a location you can call 100% USDA certified garbage?
With Domain and Ice Cavern both being foolish, I'm gonna call that, yeah, that is 100% a garbage location. And with how late ZL was in this scene.
It looks like boss key is on Pierre, so Mr. Mario will be able to go fight Volvagia, but will not have Goron tunic, so...
He can catch a fairy, though.
Yes.
And 2 times 40 seconds should be enough for him.
And I believe he also has another fairy additionally, so that could be 2 fairies he has.
He used one of those. But there are 2 fairies in front of Volvagia's room, so use one of those to heal up, use the other... Capture the other in a bottle. That'll be plenty of time for a runner like Mr. Mario to finish off Volvagia.
And we're also being reminded that on top of that, ZL was blocked by Jabu.
Yeah. It is a garbage location because it's just a complete last location. Oh, big chest and fire arrows.
That's a fun spot for those. The Temple Full of Darkness has the fire in it. It'd be even better if it was light arrows.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? Light arrows on Bongo Bongo would be amazing.
I mean, there has to be some kind of BS on Bongo Bongo. Why not light arrows?
But with that, having the timing right for this platform, going to be able to just go to the boat.
The Lands of Truth. Or Mr.
Oh,
Mario.
That puts CMG in logic.
We know it's garbage, he doesn't.
Although I don't imagine he checks CMG until the very end due to the age switch.
I think that's his very, very last child check, so yeah. Whoops. Missed the silver rupee there.
Although I guess technically it also puts Haunted Wasteland in logic.
Hugs! Hugs from the zombie.
Zombie hugs! Part of a balanced breakfast.
Best kind of hugs. Ooh, another big chest.
Mr. Mario opting not to fight Volvagia. Lights in
Shadow Temple forehead. Okay.
Okay, well, that's a mirror shield from Go Mode. Mr. Mario opting to not go fight Volvagia, instead leaving Fire Temple. Right, no hammer.
Yeah, who needs a hammer?
So this is Mirror Shield for Ganon's Castle boss key. But elsewise, they can get into Ganon's Castle at this point.
I mean, no. Oh yeah, we can.
You can kill Bongo, and you only need the Mirror Shield for the boss key. You can't get to Ganon himself.
If Mirror Shield is just in Light Trial.
And we know that Shadow 2's dead, but there's still like 7 chests in Light Trial. And if you're Cola, you're absolutely going to go to Ganon's Castle before Water Temple.
For check density alone, yes.
Actually, I don't expect him to go to Water Temple at all at this point.
Yeah, finding those hover boots was a huge swing in Cola's favor.
Looks like Mr. Mario's going back to Child. Is this the chess minigame play?
I'm not sure.
Small key here.
Still have to go to the back of Shadow Temple. And he's indeed going back Child. I'm not sure what he has left in Child.
CMG.
Yeah, but what else?
Chicken? No, not chickens. I keep saying chickens.
Chickens.
Ice arrows!
Ice arrows. Okay, all the arrows were just in Shadow. Okay.
Well, to be fair, that is quite convenient if you're looking for literally all the arrows. Alright, well, time to take the boat ride to hell. What?
And also, Bongo Bongo is now in Logic, to quote the old joke.
You know, the only thing Shadow Temple needed was a bow on top of that.
Yeah. Wish there would have been one to spare.
Wait, hold on. How many items are there in Shadow Temple?
Enough.
So it's possible, except exceedingly rare, that all 3 bows and all 3 elemental arrows could be in Shadow.
Not sure? That is a novel way to do the boat ride.
So we get a nice view.
Indeed. Will he go for the swag shot? He will. No, he will not. Not shooting the bomb flowers from the boat there.
Save quitting as Child Link. It's gonna put him at... Where was this? Graveyard?
Yep, Graveyard or Kek from Graveyard, one of the two.
Oh!
Wait, he's going back to his first file?
I wonder if he's checking this... He hasn't found anything of value on the other file, though, so I guess this is now the more valuable file?
Oh no, chat tells us he didn't save his child.
Ah.
The third bomb bag was just in Shadow Temple, of course it was.
Nice. So this will be hovers for Mr. Mario, but will be about a full Shadow Temple behind now.
So basically 10 to 15 minutes. 13 to 15.
And Cola opting to gamble on a lot of the child checks remaining, paying off. What is not in Shadow Temple now is Mirror Shield.
Well, could still be on Bongo. But otherwise, again, Cola is definitely going to head for Ganon's Castle next. For check density alone and seeing if one of those 10 checks maybe has his Mirror Shield.
Yep. Plus, Ganon's Castle is technically right here. Mr. Mario's got to do Dead Hand again.
Oh yeah, he's come that away.
As Cola goes to go fight bongos. I feel like you should be required to do this boss with the DK bongo drums from the GameCube.
Oh, that's harsh.
At least once. Unless you don't own them, in which case you're fine. So just don't ever own them.
I only ever once played with that controller. Did you know there's a rhythm, by the way, to stun blocking Bongo here? If you hit him in the rhythm of supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, you hit him exactly right to stun lock him.
Huh.
I am not kidding.
Alright, well, now I want the mod that replaces the boss theme with supercalifragilisticexpialidocious with bongos.
Fanta says a Skater Boy bongo player. Skater Boy works well? Okay. Okay, yeah, that's pretty similar meter.
I wonder if you come into this dungeon listening to, like, Latin Crusader chanting just to make the boss better.
That is very decidedly not a mirror shield.
It's health. So that is a Rainbow Bridge opened.
Is it against the rules to blendo the bongo boss music to a 150 BPM song?
Instructions
I don't think that's against the rules.
Instructions unclear. Planned out it to a 187 BPM song.
Why exactly that?
Because like the song I had in mind, I think is at 187 BPM.
What song was that again? I'm sorry.
I was just gonna use "Blinded by Fear" by At the Gates.
Okay. Hi, Star. Yes, this seed is bad. This seed was super bottlenecked. And very recently just swung completely in favor of Cola, where he was probably behind for about 2 hours because he didn't find a bomb bag.
Yes. The bomb bag was at Ocarina game in Lost Woods, which Cola decided to just not ever do.
Yeah, about 2 hours, 20 minutes in he got his.
And then immediately, well, not immediately, but pretty much immediately just did ZF Ferry.
And yeah, exactly, ZF Ferry, which was the most BS out-of-the-way location in this seed because both Domain and Ice Cavern were foolish, and the ferry was locked behind Jabu. Because you needed the stone, or the medallion from Jabu to get your ZL from Burning Cack. So yeah, not quite convenient to get this ferry.
Also, it appears I was wrong. The song I was thinking of is at 124 BPM, so that makes it much better.
That is much better, but it doesn't really work for Bongo.
What BPM is Bongo? Is he 150?
Yeah.
Huh.
That's why they were talking about it.
I see.
Oh,
Good
big
old
chest. Big chest in Night Trial. Could this be a mirror shield?
Survey says... Nope.
No! Oh, Cola not even
Ooh.
checking the other chest. Cola, just check the other chests in Ganon's castle first.
Cola going full YOLO does not realize that the boss key is on Pierre. I fully expect him to put Furor's Wind at the entrance here.
Why? I don't understand that decision. I would have at least checked the other chests and ferry in Ganon's castle.
Well, actually, no. I guess you don't have to Furor's Wind here. Mr. Mario about to get the plethora of arrows.
Oh yeah. By the way, Star, all the arrows are in Shadow Temple. All of them.
You know what? I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that Mirror Shield is on Volvagia.
Good a guess. As good a guess as any at this point.
It would make this an Oops All Dungeon scene. Which, you know, you totally want an Utel Dungeon Seed when your hammer's in Ganon's castle. Totally.
100%. And that would be the ultimate oops AD. That's a hot required AD.
Yeah.
Yeah, Star. I know you weren't able to be around for this seed, but I think it's well worth watching the VOD when you have a moment. It's bad. It's pretty bad. Anyone else who joined us later, as well, of course. Watch the insanity that is the beginning of this seed. It's pretty stupid.
The seed had a very particular direction it wanted you to go, and it was the direction of bleh.
Yeah. Of what we call BS. Way of the Hero, Deadly Thunder. Ways of the Hero are River, Kokiri Forest, Dodongo's Cavern, Crater, and Deku Tree.
This does not tell you about the Ganon's Castle Hammer or the Burning Cack Zelda's Lullaby. That is hinted at separately.
Yeah, well, at least that's an always hint with these settings.
Or
highest score on does indeed have a big chest that Cola peaked earlier, and I didn't remember.
It's oh my goodness!
Oh my god!
Cola going for the like universe brain levels of gambles. And is right back to Spirit!
He never put that Feroz Wind anywhere else. Okay then. I think we can put a fork in this one. It's done.
Yeah, that explains why he didn't Feroz Wind at the front of Fire Temple. Also, just saving and quitting out does that too. But yeah, okay, just leave Ganon's castle after getting Hammer and just go to Fire Temple.
Look, I wouldn't call what Cola did in the first 2 hours of the seed a god route, but from then on, my goodness.
Look, Cola was just saving all of the Galaxy Brain power for the later portions of the seed. He didn't want to burn it out too early.
Quite possibly. But yeah, just go to where the items are, forehead. Cola just did that several times in quick succession. Fire was not Way of the Hero.
Yeah,
Ways of the Hero were all early game, easily reachable location. River, Kokiri Forest, DC, Crater, and Deku Tree.
And the past 3 locations that have had items have been, in the case of ZF Fairy having hovers, as has been said multiple times, surrounded by either Foolish or ZL blocked by Jabu. And then Light Medallion Fire Temple to get the Mirror Shield off of the Ganon's Castle shot and hammer thing. And thank you to Tuffley for pointing out in chat, this was a Strength 3 required seed.
Yeah.
I expect Mr. Mario will make the same play to go to Ganon's Castle immediately after Shadow, just based on pure availability of locations. He may opt to stay in Ganon's Castle for those last checks, though, before going to Fire, and may even be go fight Volvagia and do the hammer checks before going up to highest score on, because I don't think he saw that.
Not if he read the Way of the Hero hints correctly, as Chet just pointed out. There was the strength in Crater Grotto was apparently Way of the Hero, which means there was because there was a strength locked strength in Forest, okay, but the last strength was in Open Grotto, so there were 2 accessible strengths And the only way that can be Way of the Hero is if all 3 strengths are required.
Huh.
And if all 3 strengths are required, that explains why both Cola and Mr. Mario early on, when they found their strength 3, did their outside Ganon's castle fairy check. And pretty much explains why Cola, immediately after finding that hammer in Light Trial, beelined it for the big chest that he found at the top of Fire Chamber.
When the hints have logic to them. I was not expecting there to be that much logic behind the hints. I'm not even kidding.
That was just a galaxy brain moment, and I didn't get that until Chad explained it to me. Thanks, Toffee Lee and Fanta.
Is that Neighbor's Love?
Yeah, it was.
Alright, well, this seed is officially amazing. Alright, you know, now there's one thing that I want to know the location of. That we'll never see.
Which is?
Kokiri Sword.
We will never see that unless we ask one of the runners to search for it.
Either that or they check the normal big key chest in Ganon's castle and it just happens to be there.
True. And happy 3 hours, everyone. I think I'm going to use this opportunity once more to thank our trackers, Bright and Mighty Mouse, our setup volunteers, Fiesel and Bonsai Beer, who helped getting this restream to you, and of course my wonderful co-commentator Alsoa for all making this restream possible.
So, which of the 2 songs remaining do you think is Prelude, and why does that not matter?
It doesn't matter, but I think Prelude is an ice cavern.
So, now we get to go, beat Ganon with a bottle, right?
Yep.
Minor time difference is Mr. Mario has Begoron's sword, so clearly that is going to make up all of the time difference from the combat. Maybe not.
Maybe. I think Cola needs to die to Ganon about 10 times.
Well, he only has 5 hearts and no double defense.
Fair.
But I doubt a runner... I doubt either of these guys are going to have issue with Ganon.
No, they don't. By the way, chat, if one of you fancies being a commentator on SpeedGaming Live, we're still looking for a commentator who can join Star on a match in about 3 hours, Elgatua versus Gav. So, if you want to help out this restream, and make another restream of a match possible for the community, you should probably message Star. Or sign up on our volunteer sheet.
It's a very minor thing, but I always liked how the piano got just a little bit louder as you went up.
Sorry, what? I didn't quite catch that.
The piano that plays in Ganon's castle, I always kind of liked how that got just a little bit louder as you kept going up.
I mean, the sound design and background music in this game is top notch. Oh my goodness, Cola taking a flight on Iron Knuckle Airways there.
Mr. Mario is gonna check, I believe, the remaining chests in here, based on the fact that he did not immediately Bolero out.
Yeah, probably just trying to make sure that there isn't another big chest that he's about to miss.
But did he see the top Goron when he was in
I am not sure. But
Cola
even so,
forgot.
I feel it was kind of reckless by Cola to not check that.
Cola forgot a very important item.
Yep, Ganon's boss key.
But at least he had Farore's Wind. Mr. Mario is not happy with Mir not being at Light Trial. Debated going to the Fairy Fountain.
I think he already did his OTC Fairy Fountain.
No, I mean the DMT one. Or the DMC one.
Oh.
Because that's now in Logic.
Oh, that could have been it too. I didn't even think of that.
I feel like that, if it was not in Fire Temple, Cola probably would have gone there before going back to GC, just because it's right there.
Face Minuet before even being given the boss key.
Boss key in. Gonna use the Forest Wind and you're right back.
And here we go.
It's time for another round of energy tennis.
Dead man's tennis, the best kind of tennis.
Hey, at least Volvagia gets to live though, so there's that.
True. And if you ever read the Zelda Ocarina of Time manga, you will know why Link is probably happy about that.
Purple Beam of Darkness!
I could hear the whooshing noise that made when it went over your head.
Yep. Purple Beam of Darkness hype!
Bottle, hammer, light arrows, that's all you need for this fight.
I like this method of it. Does the bottle actually have a different hitbox than the sword, though? Or are they the same general hitbox for this purpose?
It has a longer time frame in which it actually hits the energy ball, I think.
Ooh.
It's more forgiving than a sword.
That's good to know.
And as Incoherent also says, it doesn't use a stored jump slash, so you can attack Ganon with the full force of the Master Sword.
Mr. Mario gets their mirror shield.
Yep, and nods and says, okay, I figured the puzzle out now, damn it. And here's Ganon.
Amazingly atmospheric fight.
You know what? Definitely one of the best final boss fights ever in a Zelda game. I mean... compare that to Dark Beast Ganon in Breath of the Wild.
I thought you were going to say Ganon and Twilight Princess.
Also a good candidate. But no, Dark Beast Ganon in Breath of the Wild is the one thing I think it feels like that is really more meant to be an atmospheric fight and not really more of a not really a challenge in Breath of the Wild anymore. Like at that point you've beaten the game.
There are two.
That fight.
Alright, go ahead.
Go ahead.
There are two things that this boss fight has over the Twilight Princess one for me. The first is that I grew up with this one, and the second is the fishing rod.
Fair. And folks, it's time to get your GGs in chat for Cola, who is about to finish this race with a time of 3 hours, 9 minutes, and scrolls.
Looks like it's 57 seconds.
57 seconds. There we go.
And what an absolute turnaround for Cola, making the just chain of plays at the very end to pull it right back.
That was an incredible flip. Just the finding that one item that you needed on the Zora's Fountain Fairy, that turned the whole thing around. And we are indeed joined by Cola. Congratulations and GG.
Yo, thanks. Man, this did not feel good while playing.
I can't believe that. And we are joined as well by Mr. Mario. GG's to you as well.
Hey Mario.
Hola. Well, I rolled another great seed.
Yeah, exactly. You can say that.
I think the only thing I had left in the game was the Trail Fairy Fountain before I found the hammer.
I definitely had that one too. I had more than that. I had definitely Harrowfield Grottos and...
I mean, you had Water Temples. So.
Water Temples, so...
Yeah. At least it makes sense how it lost, at least.
Yeah.
I mean, Cola, what made you go to that one check? What made you check the Zora's Fountain Fairy?
Oh, I was kind of desperate. Like, I was either that or I go to Water Temple. And I was just gonna do those couple checks before Water Temple.
Did you have Furry's Wind in water or anything?
No. I would have to ride Epona, so...
Yeah, I made a copy of my save file in Water Temple before realizing I actually never used my copy of a save file.
Okay.
There's no reason for me to do it, but I still did it. So like I did Well and the rest of Child as a cleanup before just straight resetting and doing the rest of Water. So if it was in Water, I think I was in a good shape to win, but of course it's not.
Yeah.
It was kind of interesting that the game gave you a whole bunch of Way of the Hero hints early, and then conveniently left out the part where you had to do the Zora's Fountain Fairy when everything around it was already done or foolish,
Right?
and then doubled up Ganon's castle.
I mean, the game might have given Mario a lot of Way to Hero hints early, because my first one was Crater, and that was like 1.5 hours in.
Oh my god. Okay.
Oh my
well,
God.
I definitely had
absolutely-
Way the Hero areas before
Yeah,
that.
I just played without Way to Hero until then.
The
I
Way
think
of the
Crater
Hero
was my
hints.
4th or 5th one that I got.
The Way of the Hero hints that were in the game were River, Forest, Kokiri Forest, DC, Crater, and Deku Tree.
Yeah, I never saw DC or River, so
I
go
don't think
figure.
River was one, unless I wrote something down wrong.
That was hinted in Kokiri Forest.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
At the
I
Deku Tree?
think... No, DC was at the Deku Tree.
No, the river can't be. Like,
No, River wasn't Way the Hero.
no, well, there was Din's Fire there, but.
That's kind of
Yeah.
Way of the Hero.
Yeah,
It wasn't hinted Way
Gavin's
the Hero.
shadow is required.
Yeah, but I don't think it was hinted, I don't know. Unless it was a Deku Tree, but.
Sucks I already deleted my hints, otherwise I would tell you what I had.
It's fine. We might have written that one wrong, down wrongly. But in any case, what a seed. Cola, you basically last location the bomb bag.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh jeez.
Yep, I just walked past the Ocarina minigame, and then I returned very, very late. So,
Wow. Ocarina memory game skipper, imagine.
yep.
Never skip it.
Couldn't be me.
Always skip it. What?
How'd you hold off on those 5 chews then?
Well, I had 10 more chews at some point, so
I see.
I could
see.
kind of manage, but I still ran out of chews, which was kind of bad.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have just killed 40 Skeletolas to get the choose there. That totally isn't
Nah,
terrible.
I would rather like, farm 200 rupees and buy them from the carpet salesman. But
Air.
Oh yeah, I remember the way of the heroes. It was Deku DC, Crater, Kokiri Forest, and Lost Woods.
oh, I didn't have
Lost
Lost
Woods,
Woods
okay.
either.
Yeah, I think Lost Woods was the last one that I found. I don't remember where.
I had Crater, Kokiri Forest, and Deku at the end, so
Yeah, then Lost Woods is the bomb bag, Crater's the irons, basically.
yep, that Lost Woods way they were.
Yeah, it would have helped you. Too
So-
bad you didn't find that one.
I mean, that strengthen crater was Way of the Hero as well.
Yeah, that's why I actually rushed OGC before doing water, because I remembered that all 3
You went
strength
Kona
were
both.
accessible without the others. Or well,
Yeah,
you can get
yeah. I
2
mean, if
before.
Strength 3 is where they were, you just go there, right?
That's why the both of us didn't do the rest of Ganon's either, because strength 3 way the hero for hammer for.
I didn't even
hammer.
check the rest of Light Trial. I was just gone.
I feel like that's a
We
little
were
too.
really confused for a
I
moment
already
there until
saw
we
the
figured
big
out.
test up fire.
I mean, sure, I saw it too, but I'm like, okay, what if Murshill's just the ZL check? You never know.
I guess it could be, but I felt like super behind. I had to make a play.
I was feeling behind there. I think both of us were feeling behind.
Yeah.
I actually felt ahead at one point when finding Longshot on Child Fishing and Boomerang on 10 skulls, because I know you hate collecting skulls.
I just turned them in very late. I could have turned them in before fire, which kind of sucked for me because at least at the moment that I did it, it sucked. But it ended
I had
up
a feeling that
being
would be late for
actually
you.
helpful.
So did you end up getting? Oh, never mind.
Sorry, go
Go
ahead.
on. Go on.
Oh, I was going to ask how you guys felt about the bottom of the well being a closet with all the tunics, and the Shadow Temple being the Hyrule Candy store with all the lollipops.
What the hell?
I have never
Yeah.
seen these arrows as lollipops before, but now that's in my head forever.
Oh man, yeah, the tunics were really funny.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it wasn't
Yeah,
anything
if-
well.
Funny if you go back to bottom of the well a third time.
Bottom of the well, more like bottom of the wardrobe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't help that Feroy's wind was in there, and I just scummed the entirety of well, so I couldn't use it in fire.
I had Pharaoh's Wind. That's the one I got early.
Yeah, I mean, it was the like room,
Yep.
so you just get a key on the front, invisible.
Exactly.
So Mario, if you had to pick out one play that basically cost you the race, what would it have been, or what would you say that it was?
I think it was rolling the seed.
Star offered to roll it for you. She
She
declined that.
did. I wanted to test my luck. It didn't go well. But yeah. Actually probably just not going to the hover boots early enough. If I put off the rest of River until I get ZL, I mentioned before in our race time chat, I just have a lot more reason to go there, especially with the adult spawn. But I ended up going right after I found Letter, so there was no reason for me to go back there for the one check, really.
Makes sense. Well,
Yeah, our difference came down to basically Water Temple and maybe a couple age changes. Probably.
Yeah,
So,
mostly water tempo, probably.
mhm.
I'd like to give a minor apology to both of you because I kept thinking y'all should go do chickens when I forgot like 6 times the chickens had been hinted.
It was hinted so early.
Yeah, I was definitely not doing chickens against Cola, and getting the hint was just a wasted sometimes.
I was feeling the same. I was not gonna do chickens.
All right then. Yeah, I mean, I need to apologize because I think more or less my words at the beginning of the seed after you got a bow and a hookshot ridiculously early were, I'm curious what this seed throws at us to derail our runners. And I think I might have commentator cursed you with that, I'm sorry.
No, it's all my fault. I rolled the seed. It's fine.
Alright, Cola, you're moving on to the semifinals with this win.
Yeah.
Oh baby.
You're gonna be facing either Riley or Ecola. If you had to the power to pick your opponent, which one would you rather face?
Ooh, I don't know. Both
What do you
are
make of your
very-
chances?
Hey, you
don't
don't
know.
want to do the Cola E-Cola match?
I
Double
tend to
cola.
perform very poorly against the French, so I don't know. I might want to choose Riley instead.
Alright. Yeah, that is true what Star writes in chat. All the remaining matchups are good ones.
Exactly.
Whether that's What the Hells versus Sponge, Ella versus Gavaroni, or Riley versus Ecola, and whoever you end up facing in semifinals and or finals. I am very much looking forward to watching on these to watching these last few races.
Oh yeah.
But Cola versus Ecola would be funny.
Yeah, just
That being
because of the name.
That being said, though, unless Chad has any more questions for you, I think I'm just about out of questions. Elsoa, how about you?
I don't have any questions at this time, and I don't think I'm going to in the future, given that the future is about 30 seconds away. Nope, no more questions. So I'm good.
Yeah, thanks guys
All
for the
right.
restream. It was fun.
Thank you guys so much for agreeing to be restreamed. And oh yeah, Fanta brings up the very relevant question of what's your favorite horse sound effect?
The child scream. Always. It has to be.
I don't randomize it, but if I did, it might be Ruto.
Okay. So
Well-
is there any specific reason you put the child scream on your horse, Cola? Because I know you normally plan to it this way.
Yeah, I do that because like people find it funny, so I keep doing that.
No love for Ingo.
Oh. No, that's my least favorite horse sound effect. All right. In that case, thank you very much for putting on a heck of a show. And I think that just about wraps it up for us. Thank you so much to our trackers, Bright and Mighty Mouse, to our setup volunteers, Fiesel and Bonsai Beer, and to my co-com, Elsoa, for being on stream. And I think we're gonna send you on to What the Hells and Sponges restream here. You're gonna have to help me do that though, Star, because all I can do is click the episode finished button. They're on SpeedGaming main starting in about 5 minutes. Well, here we go. That sounds as good a place as any.
Let's go. S4
Let's go.
finals rematch.
Oh yeah. Alright, chat, thanks for being here and have a great day. Bye!
See ya.
Bye bye.